Hi, everybody. It's Zero Escape time. Woo!
I love Zero Escape.
Scoot up into my chair, and I need Boko to not be mostly off the screen. You're down there.
I know.
There you go. Oh, too high. We can't let them know that you cut off at, like, the waist. Alright. So, we are now...
Maybe when I've got a proper reactive PNG, but that's not my docket at the moment.
Yeah. God damn it. I have to... It's still starting me from the... No, stop. Flowchart, please. Okay, what do you all need? We need the white key. Do we need anything else to do this, or can I just skip to here? Do we need to get the white key?
I don't think so.
I'm just gonna skip
Yeah,
to
because
here
I think
and
it's
see what happens.
Yeah, the text is a different color, so I think that's fine.
Switch to adventure, please. He seems mad.
So, what do you want to do, Junpei?
Oops.
What do you mean, what do I want to do? What can we do?
What the hell is that?
Shh, quiet!
Where is it coming from? Could it be?
Hey, I think it's coming from this coffin.
You're right!
Let's open it.
But how?
What are those muscles for? For show?
You're telling me to force it open?
Yeah,
Just
come on.
shut up and try!
Okay, hey, calm down, Junpei.
Damn it!
It's not working, man.
Man, it won't even budge. Not another one.
I'm sick of solving puzzles on this fucking boat.
Yeah, looks like it.
Do you think we have to put in the right password or it won't open?
I think so. Whoever or whatever's inside this thing wants out, and now.
I know that. But how?
Without a passcode, I don't think there's much we can do.
Isn't there a hint somewhere?
Well, let's look for one.
Think, Junpei, think.
There's nothing here.
Not making this easy, are they?
Use the field, Junpei.
What's the passcode? What am I supposed to do? How can we figure it out? I need something.
Zoom.
Brain blast. Truth had gone, and truth had gone. Now truth is asleep in the darkness of the sinister hand.
Wait, what? What the hell was that? That voice?
Huh? What?
What's up?
Huh? Oh, nothing.
He pressed the buttons. It's right, left, right, left, right, left. Right, left, right, left. I remember.
One, 4, 3, 8, 3, 4, 2, 1.
Huh?
Huh?
Hey, what the hell were those numbers?
Oh my gosh. Are those...
1, 4, 3, 8, 3, 4, 2, 1.
You can do it, brother.
1, 4, 3, 8,
It's right
3,
there to
4,
fucking
2,
enter them,
1.
dog.
He's trying to remember.
He just saw them.
No way!
What?
Why are you...
Oh? Is that you, Clover? I apologize for worrying you.
Snake!
You? Why?
Junpei?
And Seven? Is that you? Is everyone else there as well?
Well, no.
Oh. Jeez.
You're back!
Aw.
Gently now. My body's still a little weak.
Oh, you're back! You're back! You're really here! Oh, you're back!
Come now, what's gotten into you? You're acting as though I've returned from the grave.
Not as though. You did. I really thought you were dead.
Huh?
What? Huh?
You jerk! Idiot! Idiot! Idiot!
Baka baka baka.
Well, this is awkward.
I see. I believe I understand things rather well now, thank you. In the shower room, there is a dead body wearing my clothes. Because of that, you thought that I was dead, correct?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
You
said
also
that.
discovered a corpse in the captain's quarters, and Santa turned on you here, in this room. Do I have it straight?
Well, the dead body in the captain's quarters is a surprise.
Oh, he didn't know about that part.
Sorry, there wasn't a good time to tell you.
Don't worry about it.
Well,
No, it's fine, man. Listen, we've all got
I've
shit
got a
going
pretty
on.
decent idea of what happened while I was indisposed, but it's still something of a mystery who did all this, and why. The corpse in the shower room that looked like me, and the corpse in the captain's quarters. Why were they killed in the way they were?
You don't know?
No. Why would I?
The guy in the shower room. We don't know who he is, so let's just call him Mr. X. Anyway, this Mr. X is wearing Snake's clothes, but you're wearing some kind of weird robes. That means someone took your clothes and put them on Mr. X. We need to figure out who that was.
I apologize, but I have no idea who might have done this to me. I only just now woke up. I was unconscious during all the events you just described to me. They must have undressed me and changed my clothes during that time.
When were you knocked out?
When we split up to look for the red.
Where did they get you? Do you remember?
It was a small room in one of the hallways on C deck.
What happened?
The same thing that happened to every one of us when we were abducted.
I got tear gassed
A
again.
canister releasing some sort of gas was thrown into the room. I believe the gas is some sort of incapacitating agent.
No shit.
Then that means it was...
0.
Looks that way, huh?
There's nothing else I have to tell you. When I woke up, I was in this coffin.
Why? Why did 0 make Mr. X wear Snake's clothes? How would that benefit 0? I don't get it. What the hell does any of it mean?
Think, Junpei, think.
And I
The
have no
field.
idea how I got the passcode for the coffin either. Truth had gone, and truth had gone. Where did those words come from? Why did I feel compelled to push the buttons on the bracelet after hearing them? All I know is my fingers moved on their own. It was like I did it subconsciously. I don't get it.
Think,
What the hell
Junpei,
does any of
think.
it mean?
No, listen,
He's
it
bad
doesn't,
at
it doesn't
that.
have to make
Also,
sense.
Snake and Clover had been subjects in a similar experiment 9 years ago.
The ability to access a morphogenetic field is affected by a couple of things. The first is epiphany, and the other is danger. And someone did actually die. A girl. Her name was...
There had been another experiment conducted on this same ship 9 years ago, and a girl had died during it.
I'm remembering the
Morphogenetic field
things.
theory. The 2 murders.
Clover in this picture looks really silly.
Switching clothes. The nonary game. Huh. 0. He's the ringleader. The person who trapped 9 of us on this sinking ship.
You didn't just now figure that out,
0
did you?
should know everything.
I sure
If we
hope
uncover
not.
0's identity, all of our questions will be answered.
At any rate, we'll have plenty of time to decipher the details later. For now, it is of utmost importance that we escape. Junpei, it was 4:30 the last time you checked the clock, yes? That means we have less than an hour. We must hurry.
Hey, how are we gonna get out of here?
Isn't that obvious? Through the other number 9 door.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh yeah, you're right.
How do you know
Snake,
about
we can
that?
Open the door.
Don't
think
tell me
we
you
probably
hadn't
told
figured
him.
that out.
Come on, you gotta tell me these things.
I may be a cop, but I'm dumb as rocks.
Assumed you'd figured it out.
Forget it. Let's just get going.
I'm glad Snake is already being
All
sassy about this shit
guys ready
after
to go?
we've let him out of the
Immediately.
coffin.
Yes.
I mean, for him, it's been like 10 minutes, you know?
Not yet.
Yeah.
Huh?
Before we go in, I'd like to check something.
You want to check something?
Yeah, but before I do, 7, could you pull the lever? I want to make sure we can verify with just the 4 of us.
What do you mean? We don't need.
Just do it, alright? But if the door opens, don't go in yet, okay? Please, this is really important. I really need to check this, okay? Work with me here.
Fine.
All right.
Alright, that means the 4 of us can go into door 9.
So we knew that already. It's obvious.
Obvious. Yeah, you're right. It is. Now, what happens if we add Zero's bracelet?
What?
Zero's bracelet?
Why don't you take it out, Clover?
How did you know?
So you
Well,
didn't know I
yeah.
had it. I picked it up because I thought it might be useful sometime.
This was on the left hand of the corpse in the captain's quarters. If you look at it, you can see it's got a 0 on the face. Just to make this a little easier to talk about, I'm gonna call the guy we found dead in the captain's quarters, Cap.
Okay. I don't know why you have to give him a name.
Then I should be able to open door 9 with just me, Clover, and his bracelet. Though the big question is, if Cap is the mastermind of this game, would he really put one of these bracelets on? Anyway, let's just give it a shot. Clover, give me your hand.
Okay.
No cap, for real,
Now
for
the
real. Hi,
captain's
Mola
bracelet.
guy.
And pull the lever. I knew it. Now, what does this tell us?
Maybe the bracelet has to be on your wrist in order for it to work?
No, that's impossible. Did you see how the panel showed a 3rd asterisk when I scanned Cap's bracelet? Whether or not it's on your wrist doesn't matter. All you have to do is put the bracelet near the panel for it to register.
Huh. Looks like you're right.
See? So what does that mean? There's only one possibility.
That bracelet isn't the number 0. Is that what you're saying?
That's right.
Then what number is it?
Let's find out.
Scan the bracelets with this combination. Oh, fuck me. How do we get it to... we know it's 6, right? I'm pretty sure it was 6.
Yeah.
Okay, so I gotta do some math real quick. Fuck. God damn it. Hold on. Snake. Okay, Snake plus Junpei would be 7 plus 6 is 12, which would be 3. Snake plus Clover would be 3 plus 6 is 9. So that would be it, right? Right? 2 plus 4 is 6. 6 plus 6 is 12. Never mind. Hold on. I'm an idiot. 6 plus 5. That means I did this one wrong. What is wrong with me? Okay, 2 plus 5 plus 6 is 14. It doesn't matter. It's the wrong number. Okay, 2 plus 5 is 7. 7 plus 7 is 14. 14 plus 6 is 21. Wrong number. 2 plus 4 is 6. 6 plus 7 is 12. No, 13. 13 plus 6 is 19, which is 10, which is 1. That's the wrong number. 7 plus 5 is 12, plus 6 is 18, which is the right number.
Let's try 7, me, and Cap.
I think.
If this combination opens the door, then Cap's
If it just
bracelet is
showed me
number
the
6.
numbers, I'd be able to do the math much easier, but I have to remember everybody's fucking stupid ass names.
Hey, it opened. The door opened.
What? Why? What does that mean?
Isn't it obvious? Cap's bracelet is number 6.
But doesn't it say 0?
This isn't a 0. The symbol on here isn't a number 0.
Oh, fuck
a
off. I
letter O.
forgot about this part.
Oh.
Whoa, wait a minute. I don't get it. I mean, we figured out that Cap's bracelet is 6, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that mean there are 2 people with 6s?
There is most likely only one person with a 6.
But I don't get it. What about June?
Well, this is only an educated guess, but I think June's number was never 6 to begin with. Her bracelet
Is it on upside down?
was flipped.
Oh my god.
In other words, June's real number is...
9?
That seems the most likely.
Then what is
But
the
how-
ninth
but how is
man?
that-
Was just a load of crap?
Then also, but also, wouldn't that invalidate every other math problem we've had to do in this game?
Red we've done.
Why would you say that?
Because if June is 9, then the numbers wouldn't match up. Here, look.
Did she
List
just
of
tell
all the
him to
numbered
look?
doors June's gone through.
I'll let you know what I'm writing, okay, Snake?
You're not gonna actually make me do all this math, are you?
Just hit the next
Then that's
dialogue.
everything.
She's
I wrote down which door she went into and with whom. And I wrote what all the numbers were. So if you switch 9 in wherever there's a 6, the numbers don't work.
Correct.
If the digital root is 7, then you can't open door 4.
Remember who June always went
If
with?
the digital root is 2, then you can't open door 8.
Clover, do you notice anything interesting on that list?
What do you mean?
You're talking about 3, right?
3?
Santa's always in the room with her. That's what you're saying, isn't it?
Yes, that's right.
What about it?
That's quite simple, really.
Me when people
I'm-
ask me
is-
about the apartment complex.
I don't think this is about to be.
You told me that the
Snake.
first time you came to this room, Santa was the first to refuse to leave June behind. Now, doesn't that beg the question why? Why would Santa do such a thing?
Me when I get coal on Christmas.
The answer is easy. Because Santa can't open door 9 with only 7 and Lotus. Of course, there's only one reason for that. His number isn't actually 3. Santa's
Is it
real number...
E?
7? Would you be so kind as to modify my sister's equation?
I can't actually make this point
Yeah,
myself.
sure.
Can you do it?
This is what you were getting at, right, Snake?
0.
Thank you. That is exactly
Ah.
right, 7. Santa's true number wasn't 3. It was 0.
No way. Santa is 0?
And June was 9, not 6. Conversely, Santa was 0, not 3. Plus 3 and minus 3, they cancel one another out. Nothing appears out of order.
Santa was still playing by the rules of the nonary game this whole time.
Precisely.
So you're saying Santa planned this whole thing?
Maybe. Maybe.
I'm not sure if he acted alone or not. But I think
There
it
are
is
bits
safe
and
to
pieces of
conclude
this
that
I don't
he
remember
is
super
0.
well.
If my hypothesis is correct.
Snake's hypothesis. Something doesn't seem right. June's bracelet being flipped. Even if that were possible, that would mean there are 2 number 9 bracelets. And if that's the case,
All right, that's enough talking. Let's go. It's high time we
Yeah,
went
that's-
through that door.
How can I not? It's okay. I remember bits and pieces, Molo guy. I remember the biggest twist of this whole thing, like at the very end of the game, but the in-between stuff is fuzzy to me.
it's right there.
Funk.
Oh. All right, let's keep going.
I think these stairs go to the bottom deck.
Looks dry.
Let's head down.
Hey, it's a...
Door.
This is the Neptune symbol.
How?
There must be a key around here somewhere.
Neptune key. I only have the Uranus key card.
It's a different planet. Plus, it's the wrong kind of key.
Let's turn around and go back for now.
Yeah.
Thunk, 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 thunk.
Hey, another door. And a card reader this time.
It's the Uranus symbol.
This is the place.
Yunk.
What do you mean this is the place?
This is the place. It's the place where the Uranus card is. Thunk, 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 thunk. Ah, the library.
Library.
It's totally full of books.
This is one way that Undertale has forever affected me.
What, library?
Library.
There's so many. I don't know where...
All right, if we want to get through that door out there, we need the Neptune key. I say we split up and look for it.
Let's split up and search for clues, gang.
Okay.
Scooby, you go with Shaggy.
Very well.
Sure thing.
Good. Let's get started then. We don't have a lot of time. Hurry.
Alice sleeps in a small chamber past the Forest of Knowledge. As he began his search, for reasons he didn't fully understand, Junpei felt those particular words float through his mind. Chunk, cha-chunk, cha-chunk, cha-chunk. Seek a way out.
We're always saying this.
Okay, I don't need your map. I don't need a map. I do need this to go away. There we go. There's a note on the table. Lights to the books. Huh, what does that mean? Interesting. Well, intelligence often hides itself in darkness. Have you ever thought about the pages of a book? Each page only sees, what, maybe 2 or 3 minutes of light before the reader is on to the next? They spend the rest of their lives locked in darkness. Rather like myself. That's horrible. Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining, not at all. I live in the darkness, yes, but that has gifted me with the ability to catch the truths others might miss. I can hear the voices hidden in the darkness, you might say. What do you mean by that? Lights to the books. You betcha. I'll get there eventually. How do I go downstairs? There's a thingy. I see a thingy, and I have to click on it. There are 3 lights in this thing. They aren't very bright, though. There are dim lights on the floor. The dim lights are set at 3 points across the floor. Oh, so I have to grab books to put on this, presumably. Astronomy? Oh,
Hell yeah.
Hold on, I'm not ready for that yet. Owen. Dadkind. Dadkind. What the hell is this? Wasn't that a German mathematician? Maybe it's a compilation of his work. Owen, huh? Owen isn't enough to go on. Perhaps it's about the English Revolutionary. Leibniz. This book is in German. It looks like it's the complete works of something. I've never even heard of it. Well, if Snake doesn't know what it is, I don't think we'll ever know.
He's the only smart one here.
That's true. Sheldrake. Sheldrake. Isn't Sheldrake... You don't know what Sheldrake is.
Do you?
No. No, of course I don't. What a ridiculous question.
Why are you so sure?
A book. It looks different. What's a picture book like that doing here? Looks like it's about Little League. It does seem a little weird that it's so different from the others, huh? Maybe you ought to take it with you? Fundamentals of baseball. There's a baseball on this one. Come on, Junpei, let's see what's in it. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say it's probably baseball stuff. Head!
Head. So, head?
So, head. Alright, what's this one? Functions of the human brain. Huh. I guess this is a book about the nervous system? I'd love to ask you to read it to me, but I don't think we have the time. I'm kind of curious about it, too. There's gotta be a reason why people connect with each other, you know? There aren't any other books that look... I disagree. This one looks weird. Alright, let's see here. Kitab al-Azif. Man, they've got some weird stuff here. I can't even pronounce this one. Who's that? Some famous guy? It's not a person's name. It's the name of a fictional book created by Abdul al-Sared. It's said to be one of the sources used in the creation of the legendary Book of the Dead, the Necronomicon. Oh, So these are all occult books and stuff. This one says the golden rabbit and the moon on it. Does that mean it's about a rabbit that lives on the moon? Rabbits are pretty cute, but what's the moon stuff about? It's talking about the Judas tree that's said to grow on the moon, according to Chinese legend. Why do you know these things? Teletemperation and telepathy. What the hell is this one about? Well, I know what telepathy is, but I've never heard of teletemperation. It refers to having the ability to travel through time. Okay. This book is called, Mind Swap. You mean you could,
That
like,
one's easy.
change bodies with someone? Well, I guess I wouldn't mind switching bodies with my brother or Junpei too much, but I'd rather die than let Seven switch with me. What the hell? Like, I'd even want to swap bodies with a little brat like... Hey, were you just imagining it? You were. Shut up. Yeah, well, he wasn't the only one. Okay, so these books are useless. This is just 4 books that are nothing. Got it. Cool. Automated robotic assembly line techniques. Huh. What's that? Some sort of comic book? Geez, I guess boys really like that stuff, huh? No, you're thinking of a different sort of robot. This book is talking about automated machinery that's used to build things like cars. Easy mistake. It's actually Mind Swap. I see. What's that one called? It says Foundations of DNA and Genetic Engineering. Communication and Computer Science, huh? That's a pretty generic title. To be honest, it's so vague I don't really know what it might be about. Overview of photochemistry? I think whatever set this up wants us to see the cover, not the spine. Let's look at it, okay? Huh, looks like there's a whole lot of space behind these books. Look, Junpei, I think there's something hidden behind the books. Is it a light bulb? It is a powerful light bulb.
Powerful light.
Whoa,
Powerful.
what could these be? Well, there was a light bulb here. There isn't anything here now. Shelf has books about the nervous system, like function. Oh, I've already been over here apparently. Human equilibrium theory, human anatomy, regeneration of internal organs. This book is just called Dissection. This bookshelf must be all medical books. From what I can tell, it sounds as though these books have been organized by genre. This library must be massive. I'm rather impressed by how well organized it is. Principles of monkey behavior, huh? I'd imagine that's a book describing praxeology studies on monkeys. Monkeys are very similar to humans evolutionarily, so I imagine this research was fruitful. Dissection Atlas, huh? This whole shelf is full of medical books. Look, this one's called Recreation of Lost Human Functions. You think they're talking about if you, like, lose part of your body, then you could grow it back? I don't think so. Maybe they're talking about reconstructing abilities that humankind once possessed. In other words, they may be talking about cultivating a sixth sense. Ancient Gladiators. What's this book doing here? Maybe they were researching human physical limits across history. I don't know, that one feels suspicious. Am I gonna have to actually remember all of these? God, I hope not.
Possible to say.
Do you think we should hold hands while there aren't any handrails? I'll be fine. I can feel vibrations in the floor that tell me where I am. That's not what I meant. Paleontology. This one's about fossils, right? Ammonites are pretty nasty looking. Mother Nature. Is that some sort of book about hippie chicks? Probably not, except perhaps tangentially. It's most likely about environmental protection. I was just trying to make a joke. Dude, hippie chicks, really? The Theory of Evolution. Heck, even I know this one. That's the Darwin guy, right? Well,
Yeah.
yes and no. Charles Darwin wrote a book called On the Origin of Species. In it, he put forth his theory of evolution. Yeah, I remember that part. He called it natural selection. Exactly. This one says transition of extinct species. We need to hurry it up or we're going to end up in the pages of a book like that. Why was that 2 pages? Introduction to Geology, huh? Thinking about the Earth, even when you're on the ocean. Kind of romantic in a way, I guess. Theories of Cambrian explosion? Did a bomb go off near somewhere called Cambria? Wrong kind of explosion. Roughly 500 million years ago, during what is known as the Cambrian period, research suggests that the variety of living organisms increased by an order of magnitude. Why that happened is, however, still something of a mystery. There are a number of theories. This book is most likely a collection of them. I'd be able to read these faster if I didn't have to do this fucker's dumbass voice every time. I guess I don't have to, but it's fun. Book says
I mean, it's kind of...
Nope. 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 None of these. I'm just going through section by section. Oh, these are the same ones. Wait a minute. Energy theory, huh? I don't even understand the damn title. Looks like this shelf's all science and technology. Aha! What's the deal with these titles?
Hey, need wolf.
Oof. They're all just gibberish. Hey, what if we, like, switch them around? Oh, hey, one of them, if you switch them in a different order, it says open. I've used this puzzle before. Yeah. If we move them around, maybe they'll spell something. Oh, I get it. Yeah, heck, it's worth a shot. Open here, find bulb. How about this? Looks like putting those books in the right order opened this thing right up. Hey, that was a piece of cake. Hooray, you did it, Junpei. I guess that turned out well enough. So the letters from the titles spell out, open here, find bulb. I did, in fact, open there and find the bulb. You right. You right. When you write, you write. Quantum gravity. 7, do you have any idea what this is? How about you start by using real words? Then maybe we'll get somewhere. Theory of general relativity, huh? Oh, I know this one. That's Einstein, right? What's this? An overview of conformal field theory? Ah, well, it's a theory that posits an invariant quantum field where conformal transformation can take place. Knock it off with the science voodoo stuff. You trying to put me to sleep? Supersymmetric string theory and 10-dimensional space-time. They're just talking about superstring theory. It's a theory of reality where... how to explain? It says that all elements of the universe are governed by the vibrations and harmonics of tiny supersymmetric strings. Oh, is that all?
That's all.
Energy theory, nope, nope. Just listening to you read those titles is giving me a headache. Can't say fancy technology stuff and I get along real well. Keep on talking about that stuff, you're gonna put me to sleep. Oh, that was open here, find bulb. The black hole hypothesis. Gamma ray astrophysics. I guess this bookshelf has an astronomy theme. What's Hellenism? I think it's something like a fusion of Greek and Oriental culture. Why does Junpei know that?
I'm sure that's actually not correct.
It's also wrong, but yeah. Hey, it's another one of those kids' picture books. Looks like a lot like the other one we found. Cowboys and Indians, huh? This one has some Native Americans on the cover. Hey, Junpei, take a look at this one. Native Americans, huh? Maybe it's got some... Whoa!
Kill!
Kill! Kill!
Kill!
Kill. Kill head? Whoa.
Kill the head.
What if we... No, okay. Oh, we're gonna have to do some sort of shadow puzzle with these. I see. I understand now. Alright. Where's the last one? Nope, I've been here. I think I've been here too. Is there anything on the bottom row that'll help me? I don't see, this feels like it should be part of a puzzle, but there's no puzzle here. That's a weird book, Junpei. Indian mathematics. Ha, that's funny. Why is that funny? It says Riemann hypothesis. What is there to hypothesize about with a Riemann? Isn't it pretty straightforward? Heavens no, there are many factors. Length, girth, lubrication, or lack thereof. It's an exciting and rapidly growing field. Whoa.
Shut the fuck up, Snake.
This one's Goldbach's conjecture. Conjecture? What's it about, like magic or psychic stuff or something? Right, I bet it's about jewelry, isn't it? It may have an odd title, but it's actually a very respectable mathematics book. It deals with one of the unsolved problems of additive number theory. Sorry I said anything. Look, let's not get into this right now, okay? The Pythagorean theorem. This is a famous one. Sounds like there are a number of math books in this section. Algebraic number theory. Math, huh? There's another one like that over here. You mean something like primary number theory, or analytical number theory, or geometry? Oh my gosh, how did you know? Nobody said anything about those. Well, number theory is usually split into 4 chief disciplines. If there were a book named Algebraic Number Theory, I took a wild guess that the other 3 would be there as well. Looks like I was right. Cool, man. I can never... It's impossible to know which of these is important. What's this? Origin of Japanese folklore. Looks like there are a bunch of books about Japanese culture here. Mostly ones about folklore, though. Well, folklore can cover a wide variety of subjects. History, urban life, religious trends, environmental changes, oral traditions. It'd be really funny if Seven was just randomly knowledgeable about a very specific subject. Maybe if we find like a CSI book or something, he can help at all. Folklore can cover all of those things if you know where to look. This book's pretty deep. Agriculture and historical organizations and folklore. Modern Japanese literature, huh? Hey, there's another one of those picture books here. Something about these things feels kind of nice, you know? Brings back good memories. I guess even people like Seven were kids once. No shit, you little brat. Hey guys, cool it. Alright, I think I'm gonna take this picture book with me. Tales of Old Japan. No, not combine. It's got a magic
combined
wand
it with
on
the
it.
light bulb.
Okay. So, what's inside? Well, aren't you going to open it? Pretty sure it's just gonna have pages inside, smart-ass. Whoa! C5.
See, Persona 3?
Persona 3 reference.
Wait, did you pick up any other books?
Nope.
Okay.
Let's see what we got here. So many books here. I wonder what this one's. Whoa, what's this? Warm? Oh, sorry. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Hey, what's the deal with the sappy stuff? There are a bunch of books on folklore and myth here. I have no fucking idea what the password's gonna be for that. There are books here in all sorts of languages, but there's something suspicious about the shelf on the left. Bookshelf is this kind of glass inlay. It's pretty big, but there are only 6 books in it. That seems kind of weird. Oh, wait a minute. 632415. Let me try that. In the middle of the glass door is a cylindrical lock. The kind of lock where you rotate the number. Yeah, I understand. Six, 3, 2, 4, 1. That can't be it, can it? I guess it can. You did it, Junpei! Yay! I don't know why, but I don't really feel particularly happy about being praised for that. Whatever. At least the lock's open now. Let's see if we can get it open, alright? I mean, that was, like, I think the easiest puzzle we've ever seen. Like, it's literally just right there.
Yeah.
Alright,
Didn't
so
even...
there are 3 lights in here. I'm gonna change these bulbs. Now they should. Whoa! Those light bulbs really make a difference. It's pretty bright in here now. Small enclosure with 9 sides. There are 3 of these things that look like music stands. Maybe if I put them on top of the stands.
You do have 3 of them.
I do have 3 of them. It's a pop-up book. It's got head popping out of it.
Damn.
Picture book then. Shield Rake 5. Awesome! It looks like it worked! Way to go, Junpei. Good job, buddy. There's something projecting on the bottom. Those letters, they seem familiar. Shield Rake 5.
Sheldrake 5?
Oh, I see.
I think I saw the rest of this collection somewhere.
Yeah, I think it was somewhere around here.
Let's go take a look.
Okay.
Sheldrake.
Have you heard of him? Sheldrake, I mean.
No, but I'm sure you'll tell
Lotus
me.
told me about him.
Yes, I have, actually.
There's a British biochemist named Sheldrake. He has a rather interesting theory. Morphogenetic fields, which relies on the theory of morphic resonance.
Is this a guy they made up?
I don't
Really?
think so.
From Lotus, huh?
Well, Clover also said something to me about that stuff.
She did?
Sheldrake.
Yeah, what was it?
Rupert Sheldrake.
The ability
Alright.
to access a morphogenetic field is affected by a couple of things.
Why
The
is-
first is a
Why did he used to be a
and
twink?
the other is danger.
That girl. I told her not to tell anyone.
You did? Why?
Well,
Look, man, I didn't push it because we're in a hurry, but I'm kind of sick of this. How about you just tell me, okay?
Listen, man.
tell you what?
Don't give me that. About the experiment.
Ugh. Very well, fine. I'll tell you everything. But not here. Let's move to the top floor.
Why? Coat rack. Railing.
I suppose I might as well start by telling you why I kept quiet, and why I made sure Clover did as well. To be honest, the explanation is quite simple. Zero told me not to. I had little choice. He didn't walk up and tell me, of course. He gave me a message engraved on a card.
That's a Braille card. It looks just like the one you showed us earlier. So you had 2 cards.
No, only one.
Huh? What do you mean? I thought that card just had some rules for the nonary game on it.
Yes, it did. And those were the rules I read you. However, they were not the only thing on the card. There was something I didn't read. Well, perhaps I should say, there was something I couldn't read.
And that was?
Tell no one of the events that took place 9 years ago. Tell, and I activate your sister's detonator.
Huh.
It's a threat on our lives.
Oh. Well, what about Clover? Did she get a message from Zero too?
I don't believe she did. But doesn't it strike you as strange that Zero would shut my mouth, but not hers?
Yeah, kinda.
To be on the safe side, however, I told her it was best not to tell anyone. Still, apparently she told you. That girl.
What's wrong with her telling me? I figured some stuff out with the things she told me. I mean, it looks like the whole activate her detonator thing was just a bluff. She's prancing around downstairs happy as a clam now that you're back.
What?
That's very true.
That's a phrase.
I've decided
It's just
I
weird
can
that he
trust
said
you.
it.
I've decided to tell you the truth. The chance that Santa is Zero is very high. I feel I can assume Santa doesn't have the time to observe us at the moment. And at any rate, even if he were, I very much doubt he would kill us.
Why?
Clover told me about the 4-leaf clover, about the words. If he knew about that, then he was in my group during the first experiment. I'm sure of it. He wouldn't kill us, no matter what the situation was.
Hey, Snake?
Yes, I know. You want to know what happened during the experiment?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I
How
do,
much
actually.
Do you know?
Clover told me about...
And then I explained it.
I see. The morphogenetic field in the experiments 9 years prior. How the experiments had taken place simultaneously at 2 locations, one being the ship and the other being a building in Nevada. And the girl that died during the experiment. She told you all that, did she? At any rate, I now know how much you've learned. All that remains for us to determine
is who did this and why, right?
Yes.
Can you tell me what happened?
Yes. The people who organized the initial experiment were from a company called Cradle Pharmaceuticals.
No way.
There were 4 of them running the show. Gentaro Hongo, Nagisa
Ace.
Nijisaki,
I think that one is the 9th man.
Teruaki Kubota, Kagechika Musashida.
I don't know these two, but I'm assuming one of them was the captain that died.
Hongo
And one of
was
them
the
was
CEO
one of them
Cradle
was exploded,
Pharmaceuticals.
pushed into a room, and then exploded.
Yeah.
Nijisaki was his right
Kyrie?
hand.
Kotomine?
What are you doing here?
Kubota led the company's research and development.
There's the 9th
Yeah, that's
man.
the 9th man.
Musashido
And
was their
that's the
majority
captain.
stockholder. It was these 4 people who planned the initial experiment.
It's a regional dialect.
Let me simplify it for you.
That's
Hongo
really
designed it, and Kubota developed the technology required, and
I
Musashido
really
provided
need
the
a new one.
cash.
Mouse
Huh,
pad.
So
This
it's
one's not
Hongo,
comfortable anymore because it's
Nijisaki,
busted.
Kubota, Musashido...
Of course, more than 4 people were required to conduct an experiment of this scale. To that end, they organized a top-secret team to assist them with their research. All in all, they gathered 10 people or so. Those 10 completed their team, and they were able to begin the project. They named it the Nonary Project.
Whoa.
The purpose of the experiment was to research the prospect of controlling a human mind through sheer will. The vessel, I suppose you could say, for this control was the morphogenetic field.
Huh.
Why did the glycerin suddenly begin to crystallize? Why did the crystal structure of EDT undergo a sudden change? Why did the rats improve their puzzle-solving skills with each generation? Experiments with humans produce the same results. The more people who knew the answer to a question, the more there were who could answer correctly without having seen the problem before. Why is that? How could it happen? The answer is that the shape of the answer has been stored in a field invisible to the naked eye. And through that
Now
field,
we're on the
the
part that's
resonant
bullshit.
event transmits information related to that answer. That's essentially the idea behind morphogenetic fields.
But that's just a theory.
Can't bring yourself
A
to believe it.
game theory.
A game theory.
Yeah.
Let's say someone killed another person because the devil told them to do it. Whether the
Okay.
devil exists or not has no relevance to the murder. They believe the devil exists. Whether or not he does is immaterial.
So what matters here is that Hongo believed in the morphogenetic field.
That's right.
But I still don't get it. You said they wanted to figure out how to control people, right? That is what you were saying.
Yes.
So how are they going to do that with a morphogenetic field?
I'll keep it simple. Let's
Please.
suppose 10,000 people have solved a certain problem. The
Okay,
chance of
get
you
thee
knowing
to a
that
notary.
answer, even if no one has told you, will go up. Let's have another example, shall we? Say 1 million people were to do a handstand right now.
Whoa.
Okay.
Tomorrow, the chances of you doing a handstand would be higher, even if you had heard nothing of this hypothetical mass handstand.
What?
What?
Mankind's
Mass
thought process
handstand.
and actions are all part of a resonant event. All of the resonant events
I must
encoded
do
in
a
the fields are
handstand right
projected
now.
onto you. Of course,
I
this assumes
mean,
you
I'm
believe
thinking
in
about
this
it.
theory. Do you follow so far?
Yeah.
Now, if there was a person who had the same effect as those millions of people, what would happen? If that one person were to do a handstand, other people would find themselves wanting to do handstands
If I
as well.
projected big handstand energy.
Can you imagine what a person with powers like that would be able to do?
Why
I
you
could fix
you'd
the
be
country.
you'd be able to make anybody do a handstand anytime you want.
Come on, there's no way.
I'm not done.
Okay.
Imagine another scenario. Imagine another person. This
Do
is
I
an
have to?
ordinary person. Let's say he does a handstand.
Okay.
What if there was someone who could grab the resonant event he created by doing that and use it to make other people do handstands?
What?
What would happen then?
I don't know. Why are you asking me this? Junpei is giving this far more credence than he needs to be.
A person who has the power to write
You
to
forget
the
that
field,
Junpei is
and someone
stupid.
who can
Yeah.
read from the same. You could think of them as the writer and the reader, or the transmitter and the receiver. What would the world be like if there were people with abilities like these?
So the transmitter's resonant event can be transmitted through the field and sent to the receiver.
What a fucking nothing of a sentence.
And then the
Sentences that make me
transmitter
want to
can
jump
control
off
the
a bridge.
receiver however they wish. That's what you're saying, right?
Yes, close enough at least.
Come on, that's just crazy.
Well, if you want to prove that, then you'll have to test it first.
You don't have to prove a negative.
At
That's
least
not how science
that was
works.
How they thought.
You can't prove a negative.
That was why they decided to do their experiment. That was how the Nonary project began.
Listen, listen. Hey, listen. Chat, come with me for a sec. Hey, chat, listen to me. I'm on board with all of this, just to be clear. I think that it's interesting thought experiments that all these games deal with, right? But that doesn't make it not horseshit. It doesn't make it not silly.
Can I read you something I found at the bottom of the Wikipedia page for the guy who popularized this theory?
Yeah. Was he hanged?
It says explanatory notes. A. Sources. Pseudoscience. Lack of evidence. Inconsistency of data from genetics and embryology. Inconsistency of consensus in neuroscience and biochemistry. Undermines the public's understanding of science. B. Sources. Pseudoscience. Magical thinking. Lack of evidence. Inconsistency with established scientific theories. Overtly vague. Unfalsifiable, experimental methods poorly designed and subject to experimenter bias, and analyses of results have also drawn criticism. There's an entire section that is sourcing, like each of these has like 5 to 7 sources.
Source it came
Sourcing
to me in a
how-
dream.
How it's bullshit.
Yeah, no, like again, this is all very interesting hypothetically, but like it's also horseshit. So I'm gonna make fun of it because it's stupid, but I'm on board for I'm on board for where the game is taking me.
By the way, Junpei, Have you ever heard of the Gansfeld experiment?
Yeah, I have
Oh,
actually.
God.
Fucking believe it or
Yeah,
not.
It's an experiment in telepathy, right? You place a pair of subjects in separate rooms. Then you show one a picture and ask the other what they see.
Interesting. I'm impressed. Yes, that is exactly correct.
So, why did you bring up the Gansfeld experiment?
Why the fuck do you
It was
think?
used to screen subjects for the Nonary Project. The hospital in a remote town was affiliated with Cradle Pharmaceuticals.
It's real to them, goddammit. Exactly.
Hongo used it. to
I'm
conduct
on board for
experiments
the
on visiting
reality of the
children in
game,
secret.
okay?
Some of them, he found, had potential. He began to gather children that showed promise. Children that seemed as though they might be able to access the field. Of course, none of them volunteered. They were...
Coerced.
There were 9
Kidnapped.
pairs of siblings taken, for 18 children total. For reasons that were not fully understood at the time, each pair had 1 transmitter and 1 receiver. They were split perfectly. As such, the 18 children were split into 2 groups of 9. The children who were put into Group Q were the ones who excelled at transmitting.
Why Q?
They were transferred to the mock experiment building known as Building Q in the Nevada desert. The children who excelled at receiving were put in Group A.
Why A and Q?
Group A was then placed on the former hospital ship Gigantic. From the experiments he had conducted so far, Hongo had learned the following. There are 2 things that can increase one's resonance with the fields. The first is epiphany. The other is danger.
Q
Have
and
you ever
A.
been
No, I
faced
got
with an
it.
especially difficult problem and thought about it very long and very hard until finally an answer suddenly appeared in your mind?
Sometimes. It's usually about something stupid, and usually the way that the answer arrives to me is I'll just be like living my life hours or even days later, and then suddenly out of nowhere I'll be like, aha, the solution.
It may seem obvious to say so, but that is what is meant by epiphany. The information obtained through that epiphany can be easily transmitted through the fields, where it can be easily interpreted. Adding danger to that equation allows for even easier field access. That's where Hongo came in.
I just need somebody following me around with a big rock at all times as I think about complicated questions.
They set up a
Yeah.
number of puzzles across the Gigantic. The participants had to solve each one before they could move to the next room. Of course, he hadn't forgotten to include danger. He had detonated a bomb on the hull of the Gigantic. The children in Group A were forced to play the Nonary game as the ship sunk. By forcing the children into a life-or-death situation, Hongo hoped to increase the likelihood of their tapping into the fields. The children from Group Q, on the other hand, were confined to the mock experiment building, Building Q. Building Q duplicated the interior and puzzles of the Gigantic exactly. Every detail was exactly the same. Hongo explained the situation to the children in Group Q. Solve the puzzles you find throughout the rooms. When you have the answers, transmit that information to the children in Group A. If you succeed, they will be able to solve the puzzles and escape.
Now, what if the children in Group Q or Group A are just like smart and figure it out on their own? Did he account for
Impossible.
that? Did he account for that none of the children in Group A would be
But if
able to
you
figure
fail,
out any of them?
Then the Gigantic will sink, and your brothers and sisters will drown. Those were his orders. Do you know why the astronauts of Apollo 13 were able to return to Earth safely?
A lot of complicated math, I believe.
It was because NASA had access to a replica of the Apollo 13 capsule.
Oh yeah, that's right. That whole
All of
thing.
the equipment, the instruments, everything. All of it identical. Everything was just like the real Apollo 13. NASA was able to replicate the situation the astronauts found themselves in. By putting themselves in the same situation, they attempted to solve the problems the astronauts were dealing with. Once they found
They
solutions,
forgot the control group.
they
Yeah.
reported their findings to the men aboard the actual capsule.
The only way an experiment like this would work in real life, I think, if you were to try to get like, let's ignore a lot of problems with this, would be like the Group Q has to solve a problem that will get them an answer, right? and Group A has like a console that all they can do is put the answer into. There can't be any information in that room relating to the puzzle, or they could potentially solve it.
Chat's saying Q is 9 is Q is 9 in Japanese.
That was how they were able to return safely. It was the same with the gigantic in Building Q. The children from Group Q had to use the power of Epiphany to solve the puzzles they
Q.
found.
Yeah, you're right. I had to think about that a minute.
And transmit what they learned through the fields. The children in Group A, however, they had to access the fields to learn how they might advance to the next stage. That is the simplest explanation I can manage.
Huh.
Hey, Junpei, Snake! How much longer are you two gonna sit around on those bony asses?
All right.
Get down here already!
Damn.
All right.
He's right. Let's go, shall we? We don't have much time. We need to get out of here, and soon.
Hold it. There's one more thing I want to ask you.
Hmm?
Are you sure that there were 18 kids?
Why?
Well, I thought it was only 16.
Oh, yes. That was what they said on the news, wasn't it? Yes, I have no doubt that 18 children were abducted and used in Hongo's experiment. After all, you couldn't exactly play a nonary game with any less, could you?
I guess not.
Well, yeah, but are you saying that the news got it wrong?
Yes, I am. There were 2 more children. However, they had no relatives that I'm aware of. I imagine no one filed a police report when they went missing. They were brother and sister, like Clover and I. The brother's name was Aoi. The sister's name was... Her name was Akane. That was the girl who died.
Now wait a second.
Akane Kurashiki died 9 years ago? Then, who is June? No. That's impossible. It can't be true. Akane isn't that uncommon of a name.
That's true.
If Snake had known her last name, that's a different matter entirely. So they share a name. A lot of other people do too. It doesn't mean anything. It was someone else. Of course it was. It has to be.
That's the most coping laugh I've heard.
That cope sounds like somebody who believes what he's saying.
Oh, no, it's nothing. I'm fine. Let's get back down there, all right?
I couldn't do it. Why didn't I ask? What's her last name? I just couldn't get the words to come out.
Could mean anything. Anyway, I have to go talk to book number 9 or whatever. It was Sheldrake 5. Sheldrake, this is it. This is what the shadow picture was pointing to. But didn't it say 5 at the end of the shadow picture? Yes, I think we need to find the 5th volume. Well, would you look at that? There's a big red button behind this book. I guess we should press this button. Doors.
Yeah?
What was that sound? It sounded like something really big was moving. It came from the top floor. All right, let's go check it out. Stairs, stairs, stairs. Doors, doors. Door, door. All right, this handle's gonna open the door for me. Doc! Man, doesn't matter how hard we pull, this thing isn't going anywhere. Looks like it's probably locked. Come on, door open. Nothing. I might as well try to open a wall. I know you're feeling kind of rushed, but you do realize that's pointless, don't you? It's not going to get you anywhere. There's only one thing we can do. Let's go. Oh, I thought this was just a light on the wall for a second. Well, I bet you've got to type something on that keyboard. Yeah, but you can only enter letters. And it looks like you only enter 4 letters. Let's see how it works. I guess you need to hit enter once you type in the letters. You can erase what you typed with CLR. Okay, I get the basic operations. Let's give it a shot. Can I see that again? 13, 14, 10, 13. That would make, oh boy, 7 plus 3 is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50? 50 is...
It's 5.
Yeah.
It's the digital root of 50.
No, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking because you have to type it in numbers. I'm trying to remember what you have to 3 is 6 plus 4 is 9. Right? No, plus 6 plus 4 is 10. So the total this would be 50, which I believe is L. Or no, it's V. Sorry, thank you, Molo guy. That actually helped. But I don't. You can only put. Yeah, it wasn't it. 50 would just be V. You can only put in 4 though. Unless I'm counting these wrong, but IV is 4.
Yeah.
You can only punch in 4 digits. Maybe each represents a letter. Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. K, L, M,
K.
M, N. So it's M, N, K, M. I guess. Nope.
No. Wait, was it going to?
What?
Can you put the numbers on the...
Yep. 13, 14, 10, 13.
Wait. Yeah. 1 second. So... A...
J. Oh, I think I put in a K instead of a J.
E... Okay.
J should be 10.
It's dead.
Oh, it's just the word dead. Oh, it's fucking base 10, isn't it?
No, that would be base 16. Base 10 is what our normal numbers are.
Right, yes. It's base 16,
It's
isn't it? I see.
It's hex.
Yay! You did it, Junpei! It's unlocked now. I should have known. They've been using that the whole fucking game.
Yeah, I know.
Good job, Junpei. Whoa there, don't get too excited. The password was dead, remember? Just makes me think whatever's waiting for us isn't good. So what? Jeez, you're such an old lady. We can't be worrying about stuff like that. I mean, come on. We got it to unlock, didn't we? Let's go. Hurry up. These go to 2 different doors, or... All right, let's get this thing open.
You found it.
I found it. Whoa.
All right, this is the next.
Oh, the door!
Did that just close on its own?
Don't tell me we can't go back.
I don't know. Let's see. Damn it. It looks like it locks automatically.
Is there any other way out?
Well, there's another door over on the right. There's a card reader next to it. It's got a red light on it, though, so I'm pretty sure it's locked, too.
But
There's
is
a lot of
card
garbage
reader,
in here.
right?
Yeah.
Then perhaps if we find a key card, we could open the door and leave?
Well, yeah,
Technically,
that
any
might
base
work,
higher
but...
than 14. True.
Hey! Wait a minute. Are you saying we're gonna have to search through this room for one little card?
Seems that way.
Oh, man.
Wow, it's garbage.
Looks that way.
No way!
For real?
Well, we can sit down and wait to die, if that's what you prefer. I rather doubt that, however, so it would be wise to start looking. We haven't much time. Let's find that key card. Oh, and the Neptune key as well. We won't be able to get through the hallway without it. All right then, let's begin.
Cha-chunk, cha-chunk, cha-chunk. Study.
I sure hope you are.
Let's look at some bullshit. Oh wow, look at all these busted up things. There are piles of crap everywhere. Man, this place is a mess. It's so messy, I don't know where to start. Some of this crap looks familiar. I think a lot of these are parts of the puzzles we've solved in the other rooms. If that's true, then this room could be Zero's laboratory. Perhaps Zero would shut himself in this room to devise the machines and puzzles he'd need to see his plan come to fruition. A draft. Oh god, no, not this again. I don't remember this. Hey Junpei, isn't this a nautical table? Yeah, I feel like I've seen this before. New material's been added to the file. Okay, I'll have that in case I need it, which I will, certainly. Look, Junpei, the rust on here looks like Elvis's face. Ah, yeah. How exciting. Does it? Oh god, what the fuck?
I don't know.
There's a control panel in front of the big screen here. I wonder if any of these buttons do anything. Oh no. There's something on the screen now. What's this? There are 15 cells here with letters and numbers in all of them. Let me see that. Ah, I see. So whenever you touch a cell, the ones next to it turn on or off. You gotta use that to make the all cells on the right and bottom green. Hey Junpei, I found this piece of paper under that thing. You want to take a look at it? Do you think this might have something to do with the puzzle? It's a piece of paper Clover gave me. There are a bunch of numbers and letters connected by equal signs on it. Just like you said, this is probably related to the puzzle on the screen somehow. Thanks, Clover. This really helps. Alright, let's go back and try again. Anyway, it looks like anybody take all the cells say all green. Fuck me. Okay, yep, so this is base... It's base like 26 or some shit. It doesn't really matter. Hold on, can I reset it actually? I think there's probably a better way to do this. Damn it. Hold on, wait. Having all of them on is actually not the answer. What if I just turn all of them off, though? Well, here's the thing. I know that all of these... know that the entire middle row needs to be on, because it starts on.
So, wait. Can you only turn rows on?
If you click one, it turns on or off all of the ones next to it.
Ooh, okay.
So 6, 4 is A. 9 and 1 is A. Oh, okay, hold on. I think I'm getting close, actually, by accident. 9 plus C and this whole row, because C is 11. I made all of them bad.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay, so... I'm so bad at these kind of puzzles.
Just get better.
I think I only need to turn on, like, this one. The goal is to have the top left and top left and bottom middle off, the rest on. Because this isn't even like a math puzzle, technically. This is just a turn on the correct lights puzzle, and I'm terrible at those.
Yeah, so figure it out.
This is close. God, this is really close.
Well, I mean, if you know the numbers in each one, you can eventually just be like, okay.
I'm just going with what Mall Guy told me is the correct answer right now. No, that's not it. Shit. Well, okay. Hold on. Wait. Start at the end state and reverse engineer it from there. Yeah, but... There we go. You did it, Junpei. You're so smart. You seem to have done an excellent job and solved the puzzle. Just what I would have expected of you, Junpei. Hey, come on, you're embarrassing me. Whoa, whoa, don't get cocky, kid. We don't got time for that. Look at this. Check out the right edge of the control panel. The lid slid open and something came out. Cross emblem. Well, alright, I put the emblems into the 4 indentations on the desk, but... Huh? Nothing's happening. Wait, what's Snake doing? I feel symbols engraved just above each indentation. On the upper left is the steering wheel symbol. On the upper right, the cross symbol. On the bottom left, the mysterious circle symbol. And lastly, the waffle pattern is engraved near the bottom right indentation.
The waffle pattern.
Additionally, each symbol seems to have been given a number. 1 steering wheel, 2 cross, 3 mysterious circle, and 4 waffle patterns. Perhaps we need to insert the emblems in this order? That order, huh? There are 3 monitors here. Power's on. Okay, so I have to solve 4 other puzzles in this room. Oh god, no! Monitor's part of this machine. It's really dim, though. It's got a map of the world, but I can barely see it. Junpei, it looks like there's a compass on there. Ah, now I get it. What do you mean? I guess you weren't there, Clover, but I solved a puzzle like this on one in the wheelhouse. I think I just need to do the same thing here. That same thing? The important part is this nautical table we just found. I just have to match up the directions on the compass with the lines on the nautical table. I used the steering wheel in the wheelhouse, but this time I think I'm going to have to use the wheel attached to the side here. Okay, then show me, now. Of course. Maybe I ought to run through the instructions. This looks like it probably works the same way as the steering wheel in the wheelhouse did. If I touch the direction I want to turn it to, the compass will turn in that direction. Then I just got to press stop when the compass is pointing where I want it to. Betting something will happen if I can do it right. All right, let's do this. Okay, so south. I'm going to have to write... I'm going to take a screenshot of this. Go. Okay, so... south. That went so much longer than I... Okay, south. Do I have to, like, do it all from 1? South. And then west. Well, okay. South. West. Then southeast. Then northeast. Then just east. I almost missed. Then north. Then east. Fuck! I fucked it up. Hold on, I'm just gonna try it again. Yeah, I know. Okay, south. Then west. Then southeast. Because I keep on wanting to go, like, to the other side of the wheel to stop it, but that's not how the puzzle works.
Yeah.
Then northeast. Then east. Then north. Then east. I did it again. I almost fucked it up again because I went to the other side to stop it. Yay, you did it, Junpei. Good boy. Who's a good boy? Ah, knock it off. Yeah, we don't have time for screwing around right now. Check out the right side of the monitor. It's kind of slid open and something come out. Oh, yeah. I heard a noise, too. You know that big box in the hall by the exit? I think it made a noise. Like something unlocking, you know? A noise, huh? The helm emblem. Like this big box? There's something written on these pieces of paper. Looks like we got 3 sheets of the stuff. it. No, this isn't it. Is it the Alice notes? Did we have these already? It does not. This is the communications office.
I mean, it should say new if we don't have them. Or if we hadn't read them yet. Or if they are new.
Morse code chart. Oh, God. This. Oh, I see. These are just explaining how Morse code works and what the symbols are for it. So I'm gonna need that in a minute. If you could pull up a Norse code.
Norse code?
Yeah. Piles of crap everywhere. This is a pretty impressive mess. Trying to search every one of these. We're gonna be at it till the cows come home. Well, that doesn't seem too bad. We won't have to go bring them in ourselves then. Don't you
Shut
get
the
smart
fuck
with
up,
me,
Snake.
how about we deal with this area later, okay, guys? Maybe we should try something more promising. Okay. Steel cabinet. There's nothing in here anymore. There was a box by the entrance? I genuinely don't know what she's talking about.
Yeah, I don't remember any box by the entrance.
I don't either. Done this. We only have two. It's so small. I wonder what it is. I got no idea. Keyboard. Let's just drop a few keys, see if we can wake this thing up. Damn, no dice. There's nothing else to really click. Oh, there's this side, I guess. Oh, God, no. Oh, God, no. Oh, what is this? Oh, wait a minute. I saw something like this when I figured out that Morse puzzle code back in the... Yep. Morse code? Yeah. The dots on here look like dits for Morse code. There's 2 dots on the first line, 4 on the second, 1 on the last. I'm afraid I don't understand. Well, perhaps you should give it a shot anyway? Alright, I'll try. Before I do that, though... Maybe I ought to run through the instructions. If I tap the button, it'll enter a dit. If I hold down the button, it'll enter a da. Once we enter our answer, it'll automatically determine if it was the correct answer or not. I can also switch through the code sheets I've got by touching the 3 icons on the right. Alright, let's do this. Okay. What am I... What is the...
What? What is it?
What does it want from me?
SOS? Because you got 3 letters to work with.
3. I've got. It's.
You got.
It's
yeah,
2,
you got
4,
3
1.
letters. Yeah.
2, 4, 1.
You wait. Is it 2?
Oh, it may only be 3 letters. Okay, but like.
Yeah.
All right, let's give it another shot. Before I do that, though. Answer to what? What am I solving here? Like, it will only be 3 letters. You're right about that. Okay, the first
Try
one.
SOS.
The first one has to be two segments.
Is it only 2? Oh, okay. Then it can't be SOS.
The first is 2. The second is 4. The third is 1. So there's not that many it can be, I guess. But, like, are we assuming it'll make a word?
It can't make a word,
If it is
right?
1, it is either going to be E or T that it ends with. Is it get? Is that possible? No, because it starts with 3. Because if there's 1 symbol, there's only 1 letter it can be. It's either E or it's T. Those are the only things that are only 1. So it has to end with one of those. It must end with E or T. Don't get cocky, kid. Okay. It must end with E or T. If it is 2 symbols, it can be A, M, N, and that's it. So the first one, it has to start with A, M, or N, and it has to end with E or T. And then the fourth one is 4 symbols, so I'm never gonna fucking guess that, because that's the rest.
Mm-hmm. But we might be able to figure it out based on context if it is a proper word.
Right. Hopefully it is. Otherwise, I have no fucking idea how you're supposed to solve this puzzle.
Yeah.
I was right about the first one only being 2, right? So, This is just the problem is that we have no way of knowing we're right unless we're just guessing.
Yeah, because it doesn't give feedback, right?
Nope. It'll only stop if it is correct. So let me type this out. A/M/N question mark E/T. And now that I can read it, maybe I'll be able to glean something from that. And the second one, the second letter has to be 4 letters. So I guess I could type those out too. So it is either B, C, F, H, J, L, P, Q. It's probably not Q. We can probably toss that out. V, X, Y, Z. Those are all of the letters that the second letter can be.
Okay.
None of those are a vowel, which is interesting, except for Y. A-M... If the last one is Y or E, are really none of them vowels? There's not a single fucking vowel that's four letters. That's incredible.
What do you mean? Oh, that's for like
For the middle letter.
the stand-ins. Oh, okay.
So let's assume for a moment that it's probably Y, but none of those are okay, I guess ace? It could be ace. It could be ace. That's true. Let's try that. C is... Fuck. Not ace. Abe, F, Agile, Ale. It's probably not ale.
Fuck, I could use some ale, you know what I'm talking about.
I have no fucking... Are you just supposed to go through all the options? There's not... Other than what I've described thus far, there is no hint to this puzzle.
Have you found other things in the room?
No.
Are there other puzzles you can do in the room?
I don't think so. We can take a look around real quick, but I didn't see any.
I'd say take a look.
I didn't see it. Oh god, what is this? The metal shutter. It's framed with black and yellow warning stripes. All right, let's open it. All ice.
Yeah, it's all...
Oh, holy shit. This is pretty damn creepy. There's a coffin in there. A coffin. A coffin. Oh man, does Seven think... Yeah, he's all pale. He's thinking the same thing I am. No way. Could this be? I'm sorry, but what's going on here?
Oh yeah,
It's
you
a
missed
coffin.
all of this, Snake.
I wonder if there's a vampire in it. Alright, I guess Clover and Snake don't know the story. Man, I can't bring myself to tell them. Well, at any rate, let's have a look around. There's a metal plaque on the coffin. Snake's touching it. All ice. Ah, the 2 machines. Gulp. Holy shit. Man, this is serious. Ah, well, let's open it, shall we? Clover, if you could give me a hand. Okay, I got it. Ready?
Oh, that's
3, 2, 1.
I know what the password is.
Yeah? No luck. Doesn't seem
'Cause
to be ready to open.
That square puzzle you were doing spelled out all. The other one wants ice.
Oh, it sure does. But I isn't an option unless I read it wrong, which is possible.
Dunno.
Yeah, but it's not like it's screwed shut or something. Yes, I believe it's locked in some other way. Hey, Seven, you think you could open up with your superhuman strength? No, Wyatt. What's wrong? I think I'll just pass on this one, okay? What the heck? Well, very well. We'll just have to give up on the coffin for now. Let's look around the room a little more. Alice sleeps in a small chamber past the forest of knowledge beneath the navel of the gigantic. Is that actually true? Yeah, so this one is probably... This one is probably ice, which means I misread something somewhere.
Possible.
Yeah, he's saying all of the shit that I just said. Yeah. I is 2 letters. I'm an idiot. I probably would have got that immediately if I weren't so stupid.
And yet...
I see. It seems you have solved the puzzle, Junpei. Excellent work. The answer was ice. How did you know? All I had to do was listen to the sounds the machine made. After that, it was a trivial matter to decode them. Ah, yes. I believe I heard a noise from somewhere on the right of the device after you solved the puzzle. It sounded rather like something sliding open. Do you see anything that could have made that noise? Yeah, that's true. Ah, yes. One more thing. I heard a sound from behind the shutter. Perhaps the coffin is unlocked now. What? All right, fine, I'll open it. Okay, Junpei, you can do this. It's just a box. It's just a box. Oh, holy shit, this is a coffin. There is going to be something horrible in here. I just know it. Okay, deep breaths. Here we go. Oh man, there's nobody in there. Shit, can't believe I was scared of something like that. What do you mean nobody? Were you expecting someone to be in there? It's a long story. Ask Junpei about it sometime. Question mark? No, just like Seven said, there's nobody in there. There is something in there, though. Well, 2 somethings, actually. What is that? No, don't, come on. I clicked on, oh my god. Hey, look. Both of the things we need. The Neptune key. Yes, we finally found it. Now we can get through the hallway. That's correct, Clover, but we do need to get out of this room first, you know. Yeah, I know. Okay, let's get the hell out of here as quickly as possible. I don't have any objections to that. I don't think we'll use the Neptune key in this room. It's really important, though, so I'll keep it in my pocket for now. As far as this other thing goes, coffin emblem. Well, I put the emblem into the indentation, but nothing's happening. The indentation number 1 through 4, steering wheel, cross, circle, waffle. Steering wheel. What? Now I've got something on the monitors, at least. What's that? Looks like some kind of puzzle. I wonder if these are the rules.
Wow, what a
Here,
surprise.
I'll read them to you. When you touch a numbered area, that area will be selected and will turn blue to indicate this. Touching a numbered ball after selecting an area will cause that ball to be moved to that area. However, you cannot move the red balls. You can only move 3 to 5 balls into a single area. Press the check button once you've moved all the balls except for the red ones, which you cannot move. The digital root of the balls in an area must match the number for that area. That's it. I still don't really get it. Whatever, like they say, practice makes perfect. Let's give it a shot. Don't you mean practice makes perfect? Hey, let's see what you solve the next one, then you can make fun of me.
You can't just say, let's seed you to the blind guy.
Okay. It's not going to tell me what the digital roots are, though. I'm going to have to guess, huh? Except for the red ones, which I can't move. What?
Oh, you did.
Nothing's happening. There are still 3 more indentations left. I can't believe I got that just by clicking on shit to see if it would work. I don't even know how I solved that. I just fucking first tried it. Remember how Dorothy solved that one puzzle in Signalis or whatever by just fucking clicking on shit?
Yeah.
I think that's what I just did. Okay, so what was the... It was wheel, cross, I think. Hey, Junpei, something just showed up on the screen. This puzzle sure looks a lot like the last one. Yeah, but there's more of those red balls you can't move. Numbers for each area are different, too. Looks like it's got the same rules as the last one, though. You sure you don't want to double-check that? No, I'll be fine. If I get confused, I can just look at the screen over there, right? Anyway, like they say, a picture's worth 100 words. Let's give it a shot.
What the fuck does that...
A picture's worth 100 words? 1,000 words? Hey, shut it. At least I'm trying, all right?
Junpei, is this, like the pressure getting to you, man? Do you need to take a sit down?
What if I just do this again and it's correct? Damn it. Hold on. Wait. I hit the wrong button. Damn. Okay, the numbers are different. Oh, I see. So the 1 is, it has to make a digital root of 1. I was just ignoring the puzzle.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
Okay.
You and Junpei do have that in common.
Did it say we have to use all of the numbered balls, or?
I don't think so.
Okay, so 5, 6, and 7 would be... Because that'll give me 11. Nope. Yes. No, 11 would be 2. I need 10. 6 and 4, and to get to 7, I'm probably gonna... I mean, shit, I can try this. Nope. Okay, so I think I do have to use all of them. So what if I do another 10 over here and an 8 over there? Nope. Okay. Well, it was worth a shot. I'm just gonna try this until it works. Wait. I'm stupid. This won't make 11. Okay, how do I make 11? What's the easiest way to get there? The easiest way to get there would be 4th. Well, it's not the easiest, but it will work. Be 7 plus nothing. Nothing will get me to 11 from 7. So 5 plus 6 has to get me there. And then 8 plus 2, and then this side, if we go 7 plus 7 is 14. No. Can I go check the other one really quick?
I mean, maybe.
Okay. Because, like, here's the problem. I don't know how I solved the first one, so I'm just kind of assuming that that's what these means, is that the digital root has to be 1 and 7.
I mean, you didn't. The morphogenetic field did.
Okay. Okay, so 7.
How do you think you knew that?
I believe I would need to get to 16 to get 7, so...
I'm just saying it. This game seems to be proving that guy's bogus theory, right? You said yourself you don't know where it came from.
And on this side, we go 5 plus 4 plus 3. If it's not 16, it would have to be 25, which seems too high. I don't think I can get to 25. Right? 16 would get me a digital root of 7. The only other way to get that would be either go 7, which I think is going to be too low. Because I would only be... each box has to have 3 to 5 in it. That's what the rules said.
Mm-hmm.
So if I can't get to... I guess hypothetically it could be... So 7 of 6 is 13. 14, 15, 16. It could be that. Let's see here. And then 8 plus 9. To get it to 11, I need 9, 10, 11. That should be right. It will not be. Okay. But why? But why is this?
But why?
Am I just wrong? You're like, you get people in number doors. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm like wondering why this isn't working. Because it doesn't say I need to use all of them, does it? 5, 4, 2 is 11. 6, 3, 7 would be 16, which should get me 7. Why isn't this working? Do I need to use all of them? Hold on, let me read the rules again. Ball bouquet. Touching a numbered ball after. You cannot move the red balls. You can only move 3 to 5 into a single area. Press check once you've moved all of the balls except for the red ones. Okay. So you do have to use all of them. That is the part of the puzzle I was missing. So, if I can't get to... If I can't get to 11 on the left, the next closest number would be 21, which I believe I can get to if I use the big numbers. This is 15 plus 6 would be 21, which would be a 3. Damn it, no. Okay, hold on. 20... I don't think other than 10? Other than 10, I don't think I can get to this number. Need a root of 1. Yeah, I've been doing a root of 2 this whole time, okay? I just realized that while I was talking. I'm not good at digital roots, alright?
It's not that hard. Like, to be fair, I'll give you this. Again, is that, like, yeah, I really struggled with understanding digital roots when I first played it, but I understand them now.
Yeah, my problem is I keep on adding 1 to them for some reason. I don't know why.
Ah, weird.
That's awesome, Junpei. There's only 2 left now. You can do it. Okay, next was the circle. Next was the poker chip. Damn, this puzzle looks a lot like the last one. Looks like the rules are the same, though. Don't you think you should double check it? Come on, this is the 3rd time I've done this. It'll be fine. So this is, if you can't think of anything clever, please don't strain yourself. You might hurt something. Ah, shut up. Just give me a break, alright? I'll think of something.
Yeah?
Okay, so now they both need to make 7, and we can't use 1, 3, or 9. Okay, so this is going to have to be a split of 3 and 4. So 7, I would need to get to 16. So 8 plus 6 plus 2 would get me to 16. And so would this. There we go. Okay, I'm doing it. Excellent work, Junpei. You've only got 1 left. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. No, you can't. Don't fucking patronize me. See what happens if I put the emblem. This is the 4th one. The puzzle looks a lot like the last couple. I think it is probably the last one. Once we solve this puzzle, I'm sure something will happen. All right, I'll solve it in no time. He didn't even try this time. Okay, so to get to 8, I'm probably going to need 19. Yeah, because I can't get to 8 with smaller numbers than that, so I have to get to 19. So to get to 9, I might be able to just do 9. No, I can't, actually, because I can't use any of the small numbers. So to get to 9, I'm going to need to get 18. So I need 18 and 17 between the 2 of these, so... 8... 13... Well, this seems impossible, actually, because I have to have at least 3 in each one. I don't think this is physically possible by the rules they've been giving me so far. Because I can't move any of the red ones.
Yeah, you can't move the red ones, and you need
there's only 5 total.
And you have to get the same digital root in both boxes, right? Is what's going on?
I have to match the numbers. So the left box needs to equal 8, the right box needs to equal 9. Each area must have 3 to 5. And there are only 5 balls. So, like, what? Am I insane?
Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4. There are only 5 I can pick from. What? 2, 4, 5, 7, 8. Do I just have to put all of them in the same one? Okay, I do. Oh, where'd that noise come from? Underneath the keyboard? Way to go, Junpei. You answered all the questions. Damn, Junpei, good job. Hey, did you hear something just now? Yes, I heard that as well. From the bottom left corner of the desk, I believe. Keyboard. I can pound away on the keys all I want. Nothing. Oh, I see.
A picture. What the?
Ninth man bugging, dude.
What the hell is this?
He's always bugging,
This
dude.
man with a mustache on the right. He's the same guy we found murdered in the captain's quarters. He had the zero bracelet on his left arm. And this second man with the glasses and a doctor's coat. He's the ninth man.
The
The one with
fucking
bracelet
cutting
number
to the
9.
blood explosion is
He died after he
crazy.
went into door 5. But this guy, the one in the striped suit,
Oh man, that's Ace.
Yeah, I guess it is.
No doubt about it.
But what does it mean? What is Ace doing in this picture? Not only Ace, the ninth man and Cap too. And they look happy, like they knew each other well.
And this is on the grand
Why?
staircase of the
How?
fucking ship.
Yeah.
How in the world are these 4 men connected?
You say Ace is in that picture?
Yeah, it doesn't look like it was taken recently though. Ace, the Ninth Man, and Cap all look about 10 years younger.
Ah, so the ninth man and the man you found murdered in the captain's quarters are also in the picture?
Yeah.
Is there anyone else? Or are there only 3 people in the picture? I'm afraid I can't see it.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware.
He's got kinda long hair. He looks smart, but a little cold. He's the only one I don't recognize.
That's
What's the
Coach
date of the
Nina Kyrie
photograph?
from Famous Fate.
It doesn't have one.
Did you look on the back?
The back.
Yes, the reverse. The other side.
I understand what the back is.
Praying for the success of the Nonary project. With Nijisaki, Kubota, and Musashido.
Huh.
Then the 4 men in this picture were the organizers of the Nonary game 9 years ago. That means Ace, the Ninth Man, and Cap were all responsible for making it happen. But
And this
I feel like I
exploded
should be more
guy.
shocked about this. It's almost as if that's just how things were always supposed to be. Why? Why am I not surprised? Ace was the one in charge of the Nonary project. But then why? Why am I so calm? It's like I already knew.
Of course. I understand now. Ace was the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. He was the one who invented the game 9 years ago. He was Gentaro Hongo.
I mean, was.
Ace is the Hongo?
I had my suspicions from the beginning. Their voices were similar. Too similar to be a coincidence. I could never forget his voice. It was the voice of the devil. I couldn't be sure, though. After all,
I could
had
never
no way
forget
to
his
check.
voice. I wasn't
certainly
sure,
couldn't
though.
ask him. Even if I had known, however, I would never have told you. Zero made it quite clear what would have happened if I did.
Oh my gosh, I had no idea.
Huh?
I didn't know that Ace was Hongo.
Oh, yes. I suppose you wouldn't have. 9 years ago, you were in Building Q in Nevada, but Hongo was in the Gigantic with us.
I know. That's why I didn't know what Hongo looked like.
I understand.
Why? Why didn't you tell me? I mean, I'm your sister, right? You could have told me.
I'm sorry. I apologize for keeping this from you. But if I'd told you, Clover, you would have told everyone else. And if you did, then I would have been forced to tell them about what happened 9 years ago. I had to prevent that.
Hey, Junpei. You think I could borrow that picture for a sec?
Sure.
Hongo, Kubota, Nijisaki,
Boda.
Musashido. Hongo, Kubota, Hongo, Kubota, Nijisaki, Musashido.
Hey, Seven, do you...
Shut it! Just be quiet. I'm this close to remembering. This close. Hongo, Kubota, Nijisaki, Musashido. Cradle Pharmaceuticals. Nonary project. Shit.
What?
What's wrong?
Holy shit, this is nuts.
What's nuts?
I remember
Sorry.
Remember what?
everything.
Everything?
Yeah, I remember all of it. My memory's back. I remember what happened before I got snatched.
What?
Let me tell you what happened.
Everything.
Like Snake said, Ace is Hongo from the right. The other 3 are Musashido, Nijisaki, and Kubota. Musashido was the man with the cash. Nijisaki was Hongo's right-hand man. And Kubota developed the actual technical details of the experiments.
How do you know all this?
Come on, man, I told you, I finally got my memory back.
No, that's not what I mean. I'm trying to ask you why you knew all this stuff in the first place, before you forgot it.
You really want to know?
Of course.
Me too.
This is gonna take a while. Hell, it'll probably take me a good 3 days to tell you everything.
Well, we don't have 3 days.
Just give us the short version, all right?
Short version, huh? All right, fine. I'll give it a shot. No promises, though. I'm a
It might
detective.
take 3 days.
It's a little awkward to say this about myself, but you could probably consider me a lone wolf type. I hold to my own code, as I think doing what's right is more important than doing what you're told. That's why I followed my gut that night. A slim lead brought me to the wharf. It was 9 years ago. The wharf had been cold as fuck, and I could barely see squat. I was investigating a mess of kidnappings, all of them children. It all had one thing in common. A history of visits to one particular hospital. A A hospital under the management of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. And my investigation had turned up evidence that Cradle had been involved in the kidnappings. After a little sweet talking, I managed to finally get a real lead from someone inside Cradle. My source told me this.
Tonight, a ship is set to take the children to a large passenger liner docked offshore.
So I headed to the wharf. From the shadows, I searched the harbor until I found the ship he was talking about. There was a bunch
I
of
feel like we've already seen all of this.
men in black suits, many of them.
I don't know,
carrying
it's been a
large
while.
Bags. The bags. There was something about the way they moved as they were carried. No doubt about it. There were human beings in those bags. I moved before I realized.
I don't actually know how to turn on skip mode, or I would do that to see if it happens, see if it starts doing it. I don't know how to do it in my with my mouse and
I
keyboard.
felt metal touch the back of my head.
Drop the gun. I could kill you right now. It'd be easy to get away with it, too. Just tie an anchor to your feet.
Are you doing a voice, Seven?
Find you for a week. That what you want? The fish here would love a meal.
I kept digging the cold metal thing into my skull. There was nothing I could do. I did what he said and laid my gun on the ground. Then suddenly, there was a sharp pain in my neck. A needle.
A drug?
That was my last thought. My face hit cold concrete. I was out like a light after that. I woke up on a hard floor. Damn it. Shit, my head hurts. I did a quick once-over of the room. Where am I? A small, shabby
This is
bed,
your home now, freak.
a toilet with no privacy. I'd seen it countless times as a cop. I'm in a cell, huh? Facing the toilet was a door set into the wall. I was still pretty woozy, but I made my way over to it. I pushed and pulled on it, but
I jammed on it.
Fuck it. It sounds like hitting things with a
not
crowbar.
like I expected much else. Would be dumb enough to put me in a cell and leave it unlocked. Threw myself against the door a few times, but it wouldn't budge. I knew it. I gave up and made my way back to the bed and sat down. Huh. I sat there for a very, very long time. Who knows how long. Then, I heard a faint voice. The voice was far away. I couldn't understand what it was saying, but I could hear one. It was pretty high, probably a little kid. Huh? No, it was several. I hear 5 or 6, maybe more. Where?
Maybe 9.
Where are they coming from? I pressed my ear to the wall and tried to listen through it. No, that's not it. Left. It's coming from under the bed? I hauled on the metal frame and flipped the thing over.
Yeah,
There it was.
I'm familiar with this shot.
The bed had hidden an air vent under it. The hole in the wall was covered by a metal grate. I dropped flat on the floor and peered through the grate. I couldn't see shit, but I knew it in my gut. This was where those voices were coming from. Hold on. Why are there kids here? But then what my inside man told me popped into my head.
Tonight,
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
You don't need to go through the
Am I on
flashback that
that
just
ship?
happened.
It didn't matter.
We don't need a
All I
flashback
knew
and a
was I had to
flashback and a
get to those
flashback.
kids. I checked out the metal grate. Could I fit? I stuck my fingers in and grabbed it. And then... Yeah! How do you like that, you son of a bitch?
Me
I
when I pull
finally
out
got
a
the
grate.
damn thing Sweat was dripping
He's so
down my
goofy
face,
looking. What a guy.
So I wiped it off and crawled
Yeah.
inside. The first bit or
This
so
does
was
not
tight.
seem like the
I had a
short
wriggle
version
in
of
my
this
belly.
story, does it?
Wind up eventually, and there was space for me to crawl along on my hands and knees. I went from crawling like a worm in dirt to skittering like a bug. Couldn't say it was much better, but I'd take what I could get. And when I'd been in the thing long enough to start wondering where it'd take me, a massive sound nearly scared the piss out of me. It was like a heavy metal door had just been slammed shut. Then there was a voice. Wasn't sure what it meant, but anything with incinerator is bad news.
True.
Then, almost as if that was a cue, I heard a mess of young-sounding voices. A bunch of them were straight up screaming in terror. And all the sounds together made a howl that made the hair on my neck stand straight up. Damn it! What the hell is going on here? I scrambled through the duct as fast as I could. I made a giant racket, but I didn't care at that point. I soon found a metal door on the left side of the duct. The kids were screaming on the other side. I found it. I yanked the handle and threw the door open. I almost ripped the metal off its hinges. What the hell is this place? I couldn't believe what I saw.
Why is there a vent up here?
The room had a dome up top, and there had to be about 9 walls, all the same size.
Of course there's 9 walls.
And the ceiling was an upside-down funnel, almost like a chimney. I looked down. There they were.
Hey.
The kids I'd been searching for.
What's
They all
up,
gawked
kids?
Up at me, suddenly silent. For the moment. From
Fucked up
surprise
that
to
I can
fear.
recognize almost all of them.
Right?
Scared of the room or me, I couldn't tell. Probably not like I can blame them running into a mug like this when they're already scared shitless. I snorted at my own dig at myself and turned to the kids.
I made that joke to myself in the moment.
Don't worry, kids, I'm not your enemy. I'm one of the good guys. All of them stood there, frozen. Well, except one. He was a boy, slightly older than the others, in a private school uniform.
Who the hell are you?
He stepped forward and glared at me suspiciously. I'm a detective. I'm here to rescue you. It looked like they relaxed some the second I got the words out.
How are you gonna help us?
Where's the exit?
There isn't one. The doors we came in through won't open, and the door over there...
He kinda cut himself off. I think he was considering something before he changed his mind.
Anyway, there's no point. We can't all get out of here. If we don't get out of here, we're gonna be burned to death.
Burned to death?
Can't you hear it? That voice said the incinerator's gonna start up soon. So...
The voice spoke.
Incineration will begin in 15 minutes.
They only had 15 minutes.
That's plenty of time to get out through this vent.
Looked back down at the kids. Looks like a good 20 or 30 feet to the floor.
Oh, okay, well.
No way I could pull them up. Too big of a distance for any of us to reach. What the hell was I gonna do? But then I got an idea. Wait right there. I'm gonna be right back.
What? Where is he going? Are you just gonna leave us here?
They just got frightened again. I'm not the best at that kind of thing, but I tried to reassure them with a smile. Don't worry, all right? I'll be back, I promise. So just stay calm and wait right there. Got it? I didn't wait to hear them respond. There wasn't time. I had to hurry. Well, as fast as a guy could on his hands and knees. Didn't take me long to get back to my cell. Still no way out of there, but I had a plan. I needed something from the room. When I got it, I dove
it a
back into the
blanket?
hole and took off towards the incinerator.
Is it blanky?
Sorry to keep you waiting, guys. I tipped out the doorway and dropped down the rope I brought with me. Back in the cell, I'd torn the bed sheets into strips and tied them together to make a rope. It was sloppy, but it got the job done. All right, just tie that around yourself, okay? I'll pull you up one at a time.
Right.
Huh. Wait a sec. Something was off.
There was one. Was there one less kid?
Before. Where'd the rest of you go? The boy in the uniform answered.
I let them go on ahead. We opened the number 9 door and they left.
What? You're telling me you opened that door?
That's what I said.
And what the hell are you doing here?
We couldn't go with them.
Why not?
Look, the only people who can go through the numbered door...
It doesn't matter.
He was in the middle of explaining when...
You don't understand how nonary game works.
We have to tell the old man how the nonary game works.
Look, that can wait, all right? Just get us out of here!
Right! I grabbed onto the rope. The first one I pulled up was a girl with a ponytail. Next was a girl with a red necktie. A boy in a jacket came after. He said he'd climb up on his own. The boy in the uniform was the last up. Like the other kid, he climbed up the rope himself. He looked pretty scrawny, but I guess he was stronger than he looked. He moved fast, but when he was almost to me, we heard some knocking. Everyone looked at the door. It had a thick, square window set into it. On the other side, an angry face was staring in.
God damn it! What's going on here? Why is the room empty? Where the hell are those fucking kids?
The door opened, and a man stepped in looking half mad with fury. I recognized his face. I saw him many times in photos during my investigation. The man's name was Gintaru Hongo, the CEO.
Look at that fucking young.
He was wearing that fuck-ass hat the entire time.
From the rope. Yeah! It was like he was an animal. He lunged for the rope. Hurry!
I know!
The boy in the uniform booked it up the rope.
You son of a bitch! Get back here, you little shit!
15 feet. 10. The second I could reach the kid, I grabbed him. I hauled him up and tossed him into the duct behind me.
No!
Hongo had lost it. His face didn't even look human. It was like the bastard pulled off his fake face. He was really a terrifying devil or some kind of damn monster. I quickly reeled in the rope, leaving a furious Hongo yelling at me from the floor.
You fucking bastard! You won't get away with this! How dare you compromise this experiment!
Experiment? What experiment?
Incineration will begin in 1 minute.
Hey, old man! What the hell are you doing? Hurry up!
The boy in the uniform was trying to get my attention. I may have thrown a salute in the raging asshole's face before I closed the door behind me.
I may or may not have
so we went
taunted
down the other
him.
direction instead. After about 30 feet, we came across another duct on the left. This one was heading down. Everybody nodded and took turns sliding down it. The duct emptied us out into a narrow hallway. There was a door on either side. The one on the left was a normal double door. But the one on the right was familiar. It had black and yellow stripes, and a device next to it on the wall. A plate on it read, Incinerator. Incinerator?
Yeah, that's where we were.
It was the girl with the red tie who answered me. We were inside an incinerator?
Yeah, Hongo might still be there. It looks like it's been shut off, though.
Sucks to be him.
Wait, what?
Shouldn't have done that.
If he's still in there...
Yeah, that's not good.
That meant we better. We gotta get out of here. Go to the other door, hurry! The kids started running, and I was close on their heels. On the other side of the door was a large spiral staircase. Run! Didn't need to tell them twice. Up and up and up. Feet pounding the steps. Our arms pumping fast. Round and round. The devil was on the tail.
We stomped very loudly,
Stairway
so
kept
loudly
going.
it drowns out my narration.
We passed a couple of landings. And the uniform suddenly spoke.
Something's up. Akane's not catching up to us.
Akane?
My kid sister. The girl with the red necktie.
Akane. That's strange. I didn't remember seeing that name on the list of missing kids.
Hey! Akane!
He kept his hands around his mouth and yelled.
Maybe we outran her.
The boy in the uniform skidded to a stop. I stopped too, and so did the other two kids. When did we do that?
Well, we passed a couple big rooms on the way here.
No, that's impossible.
Sorry, Grandpa. You keep going. I gotta go look for her downstairs.
He turned to go.
Hey, kid, wait! God damn it, I said wait!
I don't think the kid even heard me. Fuck! I spun around to the boy in the jacket and the girl with the ponytail.
I'm going after him. You two keep going, all right? You got it?
The girl nodded and ran up the stairs. But the boy...
I'm going with you.
I didn't have time to argue.
Of course he did.
He just nodded and took off down the stairs. I could hear him following me. We ran all the way to the bottom floor, calling for her. Akane was nowhere to be found.
God damn it, where the hell did she go?
I could tell the kid was frustrated, and then suddenly...
Help me! Somebody help me!
We heard a girl's voice.
Akane!
The boy in the uniform threw open the door and leapt into the hallway by the incinerator. We rushed in after him. I couldn't for the life of me believe what we were seeing. That bastard Hongo had Akane by the arm and was forcing her into the incinerator.
Come on, goddammit, move!
No, I don't want to! Let me go, please! Let go of me!
She planted her feet squarely on the floor and was struggling to get away. But Hongo was bigger and stronger. She wasn't gonna win.
Akane!
My brother roared with anger and charged toward Hongo.
Help me!
Ah! You're too late, idiot!
Hongo lifted Akane bodily into the air and threw her, still fighting him, into the incinerator. Before we could even blink, Hongo had leapt through the door after her. We saw him land inside. And then, the door slammed shut. We ran to the door. We did everything we could think of to get the thing open. But...
Fuck! It's no use. The
Hey,
goddamn thing
you can't
won't
say
move
that.
an inch.
You're like 12
That's
or
my
something.
word.
He started slamming his fists against the door. He was close to shattering his knuckles with how hard he pounded on it.
Akane! Akane! Are you okay?
Her voice was
No, she's trapped in an incinerator.
Bad.
What should I do? I think I'm trapped in here.
Where's Hongo?
He went out the other door.
What?
Warning. Warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Automatic incineration will take place in 18 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately. Repeat. Emergency
Are you fucking kidding me? It's the same damn thing.
Are you there?
Yeah, we're here. Just hang on, all right? We're gonna figure out a way to save you.
His words would have seemed like a sick joke to her if she'd been able to see how white and bloodless his face was right then.
Incineration will be 17.
Please help me! I'm really scared. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I don't want to die.
I wonder if the game is telling on itself by subtitling her Connie, by the way.
It's
Like,
gonna
we've
be
already
alright.
figured
Maybe.
that out
Figure something
clearly,
out,
but...
I promise, okay? You hear me?
I mean, but they've also said Kane.
torture.
They've literally
Yeah.
just said it in
They
dialogue.
have said it, yeah.
Her brother was nearly crying himself. He could only stand there, fists clenched so tight his knuckles were white.
Try to go back through the vent, maybe.
It depends if he has access to his cell.
Come on, man. Put yourself in my shoes. It doesn't end good. You think I want to remember that?
Then
Yeah. Shit. If I'd known it was gonna be like this, I almost wish I hadn't remembered.
hey, are you sure?
Huh?
Look, I don't want to ask this either, but there's something I don't get. So if you could just tell me, did that girl, Akane, really...
Yeah, I'm sure. There wasn't anything we could do. After a while, the countdown ended, and we heard something burning. The fire stopped, but we still didn't move. Me and the jacket kid were frozen. The boy in the uniform collapsed as if he couldn't hold himself up anymore. A few minutes passed. The door opened. The boy in the uniform tripped over his own feet running in. We followed, too numb to speak.
Was
The
Snake
air in
already
the
blind at
incinerator
this
was
point?
hot. Every breath made my lungs feel like they were
I
on fire.
don't know.
I can't remember.
It was like standing on hot asphalt. The air was wavering, and in the middle of the room.
Hey, hell yeah. Sorry. I got the drop I wanted.
Nice, good job.
The kid's legs were shaking so bad, I don't know how he managed to walk. I couldn't see his face, but his body somehow looked empty. Finally, he reached it. He fell to his knees as his legs gave out on him. And then...
That was a good one.
You can't just say that to someone experiencing severe trauma.
Maybe.
What's that?
The girl, Akane. What was her last name?
What does it matter to you?
Just tell me, okay? Please?
Kurashiki. Her name was Akane Kurashiki.
Dung. Then who the fuck?
You were there that day, weren't you? The tall kid in the jacket. That was you, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. You are correct, Detective. Don't misunderstand me. I told you before how Zero threatened me. There was nothing I could do. I couldn't say anything about what happened 9 years ago.
So you're saying you're not working for Zero, right?
Of course not.
Clover, what about you?
Hey, come on! You really think I'm working with Zero?
Not necessarily, but if things go slightly different than this, you become an axe murderer. So like, maybe don't fucking
You idiot! I was in Nevada.
maybe don't
in
fucking get so
building 2.
uppity about it, huh?
I did hear that a detective rescued the kids on the boat, but I didn't know it was you.
Well, I guess I believe you. All right, let me ask you another question. Santa's real name is Aoi Kurashiki. He's Akane's brother. You know that?
No, I didn't. Did you?
Well, yes. I know Aoi Kurashiki was her brother, but I didn't know he was Santa. At least not from the beginning. 9 years ago, he was in the middle of puberty. His voice is entirely different now.
No, it isn't.
Not really.
It's clearly the same
I'm
guy.
ashamed to say that even my exceptional hearing wasn't able to make that connection.
Shut up.
As such, I had no reason to think Santa was Aoi.
When did you figure it out?
Clover told me that Santa might have been one of the subjects of the initial experiment. It was only a short while ago, while we were leaving the library. When she told me that, I had a feeling.
Meg was blind at birth, the arm was later. Ah, that's what it was.
Santa is Aoi? Akane Kurashiki, June's brother?
There's still a lot we don't know. I mean, like a lot. But there is one thing I think we can say we know.
What's that?
The body we found in the shower room. It had to be Nijisaki, dressed up to look like Snake.
What?
Come on, man. What kind of detective are you? You didn't figure that out already?
Hey,
all right.
Go easy on me, man. I just got my memory back, all right? Cut me some slack.
Well, if he is, the 3 murders make sense then, don't they? Yeah, that's right. Murder. Kubota blew himself up, but that was murder too. So why did these murders take place?
If Junpei is correct, and the body in the shower room was Nijisaki's, that means all of the people who were murdered were involved with the creation of the Nonary Project. Kubota, the person who conducted the actual experiments. Nijisaki, Hongo's assistant. Musashido.
He's the only one
the
that
man
gets
who
a face.
financed
I guess
the
he's the
project.
only one that didn't explode, to be fair.
You mean this was all just revenge? Santa is Zero. He's getting revenge for the death of his sister. That's why he killed them.
No, I don't think Santa actually murdered anyone. If I'm right, then it's not hard to figure out who the next victim's gonna be, is it? I'm pretty sure I don't have to tell you.
Yes.
Yep,
Right.
The next target will be Gentaro Hongo.
the person who planned the Nonary Project.
In other words, Ace.
What?
What the hell's going on here?
It must be 6 a.m. Our time is up.
Shit! Come on, we need to get out of here.
How?
Keycard.
I'm betting this sucker opens the exit. Come on, let's go.
New material's been added to the file screen. Yay.
Oh.
Can you believe it doesn't just kick you out of the room after that? It makes you go to the door. There can't possibly still be a puzzle, right? Junpei, look, it's unlocked. Yeah, now we can go back to the library. Hurry up, Junpei, we don't have time. Let's go. All right, let's go. You found it.
You found it.
I found it.
Good job.
Woo.
Huh. I think the shaking stopped.
It would seem so, but we are yet to be out of danger.
You're right. Let's hurry.
This exit needs the Uranus card, too. Hey, Junpei.
Yeah, I know.
I've got so many fucking key cards and keys in my pocket.
It's open. Let's go.
Unless he's just
Okay,
been
Neptune
throwing them
key.
on the
Let's
ground
see if
every
you work.
time.
Yes.
Won't need open to the door. Won't need this anymore. I swallow it whole.
Yummy.
It says incinerator. So this is the incinerator.
This is the first time I've seen it from this side, but yeah, I think so.
Then there ought to be a lever near the door.
Yeah, right here.
Pull that and the door should open.
Got it. Let's go.
What the fuck happened in
What the
here?
hell is going on? What's wrong? Are you okay?
Jumpy, you came to get me.
Of course I did.
Hey,
I
are
made
you a
promise.
ghost?
I'm so glad you're here. So glad.
Hey, what happened to you?
I'm fine. I just...
Are you real?
I wasn't feeling very good. I'm feeling a lot better now, though.
Are you sure?
Yes. I just need to rest a little longer. I'm sure I'll be fine. You shouldn't worry about me.
Santa.
Hey, where is it? Where's the gun? You hide it somewhere?
I don't have it. I got sucker punched and they took the gun.
What? Who took it?
What? Isn't
Ace.
that obvious?
Who do you fucking think took it, dumbass?
I took the gun.
Wow.
Oh fuck, we're here again.
We still get to use that, huh?
Just what the hell do you think you're doing, Ace? Or maybe I ought to say Gentaro Hongo, CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals?
You have me at a disadvantage. And I don't like that. You know me.
Says the man holding a hostage.
Do you have any idea how much I've suffered? Can
Whoa!
you begin to-
Okay, man. Okay, bud. 1 second there, fucko.
Another irritating insect. And how do you know that?
Good question.
I don't know.
No matter.
Morphogenetic
You don't want to answer,
field.
It makes no difference to me. This is a waste of
It's
time.
the morphogenetic field, bitch.
First is 1. Give me your hand. 8. And with this, 9.
The 9th man. Kubota's bracelet.
I believe I've won this game. I've had quite a time playing with you. I must thank Zero, I suppose.
Wait, what? Ace doesn't know who Zero is. What the hell are you planning, Santa?
At any rate, this game ends
Me
now.
every December 24th.
I will escape, and the rest of you will have a slightly less pleasant ending. I suggest you enjoy your final moments. Goodbye. Wait! What? Why isn't it opening? One more time. Now open! No! What is this? Why? That digital root should be 9! It has to be 9! Then why?
No.
Why isn't it opening?
Because it's actually 6, I think. Well, I don't know what the digital root is, but the bracelet.
Because he's using his Lotus's and
the 9th man, which is actually 6.
Oh.
Because June's bracelet was upside down, remember?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh, that was close. Too close. Thank you, Seven.
Don't
I'm
mention
glad he wasn't using that gun.
Just one punch ain't enough for this piece of shit. After
Anti-Saitama be like.
But if a suspect can't talk, they ain't much good. Once he's locked up in a cell, we're gonna have a little chat.
9 years ago? Then you must be...
Yeah, you finally figured it out, dumbass.
Ace, you killed Kubota, Nijisaki, and Musashido, didn't you?
Wait, Nijisaki?
Oh, right. You don't know yet. All right. We'll just go through them in order then. Let's start off with Kubota. You
I get to
talked
do this
Kubota
again.
and managed to convince him to go into door 5 alone. You killed him without making it look like you killed him. The way I figure it, you had 4 motives. 1. In the nonary game, the number 9 is dangerous. Whoever had the 9 bracelet could join whatever team they wanted. Adding 9 to any number doesn't change the digital root, which means that number 9 could do whatever they wanted. You wanted to remove that threat as soon as possible. 2. You wanted the number 9 bracelet for yourself, so that you could make use of its power. In fact, you did use it in the murder of Nijisaki. 3. Even if his number hadn't been 9, Kubota was a problem. He knew your past. He knew what had happened 9 years before. You needed to silence him before he told anyone. 4. But last, and perhaps the most disturbing, you used Kubota as a test. You wanted to know how serious this nonary game was. Was it truly life or death, or simply a harmless prank? You convinced him to break the rules so you could see what would happen. That was why you killed Kubota. But he was only the first. Next was Nijisaki. While everyone was off looking for the missing parts for the Reds, you ran into Nijisaki near the big hospital room. However, because of your prosopagnosia, you didn't realize he was Nijisaki. Chiefly because, when you met him, he was dressed like Snake. That was why you thought Nijisaki was Snake.
No, that's not... That was Nijisaki? Why?
Yeah.
How did...
Yeah, it sure
I'll
was.
get to that. Anyway, you thought he was Snake. Snake was one of the kids in your experiment 9 years ago. You remembered him because he was the blind kid, but his presence made you think. Snake was one of my subjects 9 years ago. He probably hates me. But if that's true, why isn't he saying anything? Is he keeping quiet because he can't see? Or perhaps he's working with Zero to get revenge on me. Whatever the reason, anyone who knows my past is a threat. Before he tries anything,
I wonder if
I
this
need
is
to get rid
word
of
for
him.
word like the speech that Ace gave in the other timeline.
That was when you decided you had to kill him. The murder weapon was Kubota's bracelet. You just waved it over the red. Verified your own number and then grabbed Nijisaki's arm and forced it over the scanner panel. Then, when the door opened, you kicked him
What was
in.
the number on that door? Was it 3?
I don't know.
Because if it was the 6 bracelet, it shouldn't have worked. Because he didn't grab the 9, he
9
grabbed the
seconds
6.
later, the door closed.
Also, the first door maybe shouldn't have worked either.
And then 81 seconds passed.
Yeah, hold on.
And poor Nijisaki was dead.
I'm gonna have to listen to them finish explaining this for me to be like, wait a
You mean
minute.
to say Snake is still alive?
Sorry to disappoint you, but I'm as good as...
Yes, and I've been here the whole time.
Thank you for killing the wrong man, but I can't say I like knowing that you wanted me dead. Although, to be honest...
He had
even
his
if you
own one,
hadn't
the
tried to
9th man
kill
in
me,
Nijisaki. Yeah, but I
would
thought we
still
said
hate
that there
you
was only
very
one.
much.
I thought that they had said that Akane's bracelet was actually 9, which would make Kubota's 6, wouldn't it? And that's why he couldn't open the door just now, too.
Well, I wouldn't blame you.
Last but not least, let's talk about Musashido's death. When Clover and I were investigating the chart room, you came over to talk to me.
Nijisaki was 2. Ah, I see.
Do you remember what you said?
Oh, a pocket watch. Might I take a look at it?
No, yeah, no, sorry, yes. Yeah, I knew that, because he had Snake's bracelet.
I handed it to you, and you left the room. You had been in charge of the Nonary project. Of course you would have known the solution to every puzzle, which would mean that you also knew how to get out of the wheelhouse. All you had to do was place the watch in the indentation on the door to unlock it. With the door open, you could enter the captain's quarters. Musashido was there. Conveniently placed next to him was an axe that practically begged you to kill him with it. You picked up that axe and buried the blade deep in the other man's chest.
Impressive that he did that without getting blood on him.
One blow was all it took. And then you returned to the chart room as if nothing
So
had happened.
there must be 2 9s then, I guess, but then why didn't the door open?
There was
Just
something
now.
I wanted to speak with you about, Junpei. Could you come with me for a moment?
I had no reason to say no, so I followed you to the wheelhouse. When we stepped inside, remember how you slipped your hand into my vest? You pulled out a piece of paper, the one I used to cheat during the vote.
Suddenly the other people in the room go, you did what?
But that wasn't really what you were after. Your true purpose had been to slip the watch into my pocket. It wasn't a very good plan. Had way too many holes, and someone saying the wrong thing could have brought it all down around you. You must have been desperate. But what made you willing to risk it all to do it? Ace. Musashido's murder is the only one I don't understand. You obviously did it. But why?
Because of this.
What's with the paper?
Just read it.
When you're trying stuff, use the Captain 0, which is a value of 6. Yeah, but Ace doesn't have the Captain 0. He had the 9th man's 9, and the 9 door just now didn't open with him with 1, 8, and 9.
Let's see. Number 1. There are 2 ways you might survive this ordeal. The first is to win the Nonary game.
Yeah, no, wait. I still don't understand why that door didn't open then. Which means that door's not actually a 9,
the second
apparently.
is for you to confess your sins of 9 years past. I have prepared a camera in the captain's quarters. The images captured by that camera will be streamed through a satellite and distributed across the world. Simply look into the camera and repent. Once you have confessed everything, I will release you from this ship. To make your confession more credible, I have left you a witness in the captain's quarters. Perhaps he will confess with you.
Okay. That's what I was
Decision
gonna
is
say. Why
yours.
were
Do
the
as
other
you
two there?
please.
Because obviously the ninth man and Ace were kidnapped
They
for
were
this.
part of the game, obviously,
Yeah,
but the
but
other
why
two
were-
weren't necessarily.
Zero.
Well, one
Santa
was because he's
grabbed
there
one
as a
of them, at
witness.
least.
When I
We
awoke
don't know
in
why
that
the
room
other
in
guy was
Deep
there.
I found that in my pocket. That was why I chose door 1 when we voted. If I went through that door, I knew I could get to the captain's quarters. As you said, I knew how to enter the wheelhouse. My plan was to find the pocket watch before anyone else. If I could, then my alibi would be set. At least, that was the plan. Unfortunately for me, you got to it first. That sleight of hand was the best I could manage on short notice.
You meant to kill him from the beginning then? Musashido, I mean.
I only knew Musashido was the witness after I reached the captain's quarters. I asked him, and he answered. He seemed groggy. Perhaps he had only just awoken from sedation. I suppose Nijisaki was in much the same state. He seemed confused and disoriented when I encountered him. But yes, you are correct. I intended to kill him
Yeah,
from the
we still
beginning,
don't know why
even
Nijisaki
though
was
I didn't
here.
know who he
Presumably
was.
also to be murdered.
I proceeded to the captain's quarters in order to remove this so-called witness.
Ace, you figured it out, haven't you? You were being manipulated.
Yes, so it would seem. I was little more than a puppet, in many ways. Everywhere I went, everything was already prepared. The Reds in the large hospital room were dismantled. Nijisaki was dressed like Snake. There was an axe in the captain's quarters. Musashido was delirious from the anesthetic, so he couldn't fight back. Nijisaki as well. In retrospect, I can't understand how I could have fallen into such a simple trap.
It's because you're a
Yes.
spiteful bitch.
Yes, this was a trap. It was Zero's trap. And I fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. I did everything he wanted me to do.
Yeah. By manipulating you, Zero was able to kill 3 people and keep the blood off his own hands.
Zero must know he has prosopagnosia. Yeah,
All of
has
this
to, obviously.
was revenge for what happened 9 years ago. That's why this nonary game happened. Am I right, Santa?
Huh? What the hell are you talking about? I don't know.
Ain't no point trying to play dumb anymore, Santa. Actually, I guess I should call you Aoi Kurashiki, huh? My memory came back to me, kid. You're Aoi Kurashiki, no doubt about it. Never thought I'd be back in this room talking to you. But hey, I guess this was all part of your plan, right? After all, the person who planned the nonary game this time around was Zero, and Zero's you.
Looks like you really do have your memories back, huh? Well, I guess there's no point in hiding it then, huh? Yeah, you got me. I'm Aoi Kurashiki. I was one of the kids in the nonary game 9 years ago. I made it out. So did Snake over there. But there's one thing... No, I guess there's 2 things you got wrong. Number 1, I ain't Zero.
What?
Wait, what?
Sure, I was helping Zero out, but I'm really more of an assistant, like a secretary. But an assistant's only an assistant. I didn't come up with all this. All I did was follow Zero's orders.
Then, if you're not Zero, who is?
I look slowly to the right.
Calm down there, Junpei. Didn't I say 2 things? You made one more mistake. Junpei, you just said all of this was revenge for what happened 9 years ago. That's why this nonary game happened. But that's not it. Revenge isn't the only purpose. There's another reason you guys were playing the nonary game. To save someone.
Save someone?
Right. You were brought here to help my sister.
Right, okay, I'm starting to
Save
remember.
Akane.
What the hell are you talking about? Akane Kurashiki died 9 years ago in this room. I was there. I saw...
Yeah.
What?
Huh?
What the hell? Where is she? Where's Akane Kurashiki? Ugh! Oh, my head! My head, it feels like it's gonna pop.
Every time when Santa and Jew were paired up, even the bad ones. Yeah.
7! What the hell is going on?
I don't know. I just... Oh! I swear to God, my head feels like it's about to explode!
What was the Nonary Project? I'm sure you know already, but I'll tell you one more time. It was a project designed to test a particular phenomenon. And what was that phenomenon? For two organisms to communicate with one another in the absence of physical contact. The morphogenetic field theory. Could human beings use these invisible fields to exchange information? That was what this experiment was conducted to determine. There were two separate locations. One was the Gigantic, and the other was a building in Nevada called Building Q. The 9 children trapped in Building Q were faced with numerous puzzles. Copies
Time
of
for a video that
identical
works
ones
much
in
better on the
Gigantic.
IMO. Yeah, Boko was telling me about this earlier today.
They were told to send their answers into the
It sounds like it would have been
field
really cool to
and
see it
transmit
that
them
way.
to their brothers and sisters on the Gigantic.
We can explain more in a bit.
The transmitters were put in Building Q, and the receivers were put on the Gigantic. Each sibling pair was supposed to be split up, but there was a mistake. Akane was a transmitter. She should have been in Building Q. However, for some reason, she was placed on the Gigantic with the receivers, like me. Perhaps she was mistaken for someone who was supposed to be in Group A. Whatever the case, Akane ended up on the Gigantic. I think I've told you enough. You get it, don't you? I'm pretty sure you know where this is going, Junpei.
Where what is going?
Don't play dumb. You know things you shouldn't. Things you couldn't. How did you know Ace had prosopagnosia? How did you know why Ace wanted to kill Kubota and how Nichisaki was killed?
None of that was in this timeline.
Were you surprised when you found out Ace was Hongo? And what about the coffin Snake was trapped in? How the hell did you open it?
Well, that's...
I just hit some numbers.
Brain blast! He knew because I knew. Junpei was receiving information that I sent him through the morphic field set. It's simple, really. How do I know the alternate futures, then? Imagine a river that splits in two, like an upside-down Y. The river flows from the top to the bottom, from a single stream into 2 branches. It only flows in one direction. It can never flow backward. Information is the same way. It moves from the past to the future, but never flows backward. That's why people at the river's source in the past will never know about those downstream in the future. But the people downstream will never know about one another either. Information only flows along the path of the river. But I am different. I can manipulate the morphic field set to pluck knowledge from the future. I know what happens on either fork of the river, even though the people on either fork know nothing about one another. Now, who am I? I am I, the 9th letter of the alphabet. Shut up. But I am also 0. No, that's not true. I'm not really 0. Not yet. Perhaps you could say I am less than 0. 0 is my future. In 9 years, I will be 0. Where did she go? June. No, Akane. Where did you go?
Santa!
Why is Clover... Oh, shit.
Freeze.
Ooh, Santa's got the gun.
Yeah.
Guess he picked it
I
up
imagine
when we
he
weren't
dropped
watching.
it.
Looks like he turned the tables on Ace, though. Wonder how he likes having a gun to his head.
Get up.
Sure isn't about to take that gun off him for a minute, is he? Ace isn't putting up any kind of fight. I mean, I don't think I would either, but he just looks drained. Guess he's going for the door, huh? He doesn't need to verify to go through that door, but...
Hey, what's your plan, Santa? What are you doing?
He can't get through any numbered doors with just 2 people. What the hell is he thinking?
Didn't I tell you? I'm Santa Claus. It's time for me to go make a wish come true.
That's kind of hard, TBH. That's it? That's all he's gonna give us? What the hell does that even mean? Shit, they're out. Adventure mode versus novel mode, top and bottom screen. Yeah, and now the gate's shut. Looks like the rest of us are stuck in here. They're all looking at me. At least Seven's headache is gone. He seems to be all right. Well, I guess there's no harm in trying. Let's see if this door still opens.
Damn. Well, it looks like this door isn't opening anytime soon.
Oh, you mean we're trapped?
So it would seem.
What the hell is Santa trying to do?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, what?
Have you considered where we are? There can really only be one thing Santa would do now.
No. No, you can't be serious.
Want to bet? Oh, but he is. Shit, we gotta do something. Maybe we can still get out through door 9. There's the red. Yeah, alright, we can do this. I've just gotta... No, it's not gonna work. There's no way. The 5 of us can't open this door. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8 is 26, which is 2 plus 8 plus 6 is 8. Is there any combination that'll work?
Junpei, can I borrow your pen and notebook?
Sure, why not? I don't think I'm gonna need them. Ever again. Well, she certainly looks purposeful. Looks like she's writing equations, a lot of them. Huh? Ah, man, she doesn't look very happy. What? Hey, there's no need to be ripping pages out like that. Jeez.
What the hell are you doing, Clover? Give me that!
It's a notebook.
All right, at least 7 got it away from her. Maybe now I can get a look at what she was writing. Let's see. 2, 4, 5, 7.
What? And there's no other way?
Lotus. Looks like she'd figured it out, though. Man, this is just too cruel.
It's okay. Go.
Lotus.
Come on, you know we can't do that.
Oh, don't give me that. I'm sure you'd love to get rid of me.
God damn it, you idiot!
Whoa, where the hell did that come from? Looks like she expected that about as much as I did.
Without... if you're not... Look, it'd be bad, alright?
For a cop, he sure doesn't have much confidence.
Bad?
Yeah. If there weren't assholes like you around, I'd be out of a job.
Ha!
Uh-huh.
Whoa, my shit started lagging really bad, apparently.
That's the morphogenetic field.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. Alright, well, hey, if my model seems all fucked up, that's why. I guess I could just... Hold on. That didn't... I turned off Boko? That's not what I meant to do. 1 second. Just gonna... pop me up right here. And we're gonna close VTube Studio. Okay.
Look, I'm just not leaving you behind.
That was distracting.
Right?
Now I'm not distracted.
7.
He's right. I'm not leaving you either.
Me too.
You didn't honestly think I'd abandon you, did you?
Kinda. You're sort of a dick.
You're all idiots.
Act as tough as you want, Lotus. We can all see you're about to cry.
That being said, however, I doubt we would be able to open the door anyway, even if we were to leave Lotus behind.
Huh? Why?
I trust you remember what happened to Ace? I couldn't, see exactly what happened, but I was able to guess what he was attempting to do earlier, at the Red.
Open it, I assume.
Oh, yeah.
No! What is this? Why? The digital route should be 9! It has to be 9! Then why? Why isn't it opening?
Just to see, why don't we give it a shot?
Give it a shot?
Yes, that is what I said.
2, 4, 5, 7, 18. 1 plus 8 equals 9.
You were right.
It ain't opening.
But it did open 9 years ago. The digital route was 9 then, I'm sure of it.
You think maybe they changed the settings?
Perhaps.
Perhaps. Shit. If we can't get through the door, we can't get out. The walls are way too high. There's no way in hell we could get to that hole 7 popped out of 9 years ago. All we can do is stand here and stare at this door with a 9 on it. I guess this is it. This is the end. Now we switched into novel mode, I assume. Yep. Akane vision. Sorry, we switch into Akane vision. I was mistaken. You can't see it because my logo is blocking part of it, but it says Akane vision up there. I was watching. I had watched everything that was reflected in his eyes. I was listening. Every sound that vibrated in his eardrums I heard. Smell, taste, touch. I felt everything he felt. I knew. I knew everything about him. What he was thinking, what he was feeling, what he was sensing. All of his feelings and worries and fears became mine. My mind, my consciousness was inside of him. Through the morphic field set, we were resonant, and we were as one. I was him, and at the same time, I was an observer. It started with a tremendous noise like a clap of thunder. That was approximately 9 hours ago. A bomb had gone off on the ship we were on. That was when my resonance with him began. My resonant event melted into him, and we became one. Inside of Junpei, somehow I found myself in Junpei's mind 9 years in the future. But I didn't lose myself. I was living in 2 realities at once. One was the present, and the other the future. Perhaps you can think of it as 2 movies showing on the same screen at the same time. Eventually, it becomes difficult to separate them.
Which would have, you know, made a lot more sense with the 2 screens, you know?
The 2 screens on the Nintendo DS, yeah. And determine which movie is which. However, if I concentrated, I was able to focus on one or the other. That was why I was able to grasp what was happening in front of me.
Come on, over here!
Look at all these children. 3 important ones and a bunch of nobodies. That was my brother, Owie. He was yelling. I followed him. Around me were 7 other children. They all looked like they were about my age.
Come on, hurry up!
We ran down a long, straight hallway and burst into the large hospital room. Everyone was arguing. 2 of the boys got into a fist fight. A girl watching them began to cry. I want to go home, she cried. I want to go home. One of these people is her... you're right. At least one of them is not a nobody. That's true. Another girl slapped the crying girl and glared down at her. It has been 2 hours since the nonary game began. We were starting to fall apart. But just when all hope seemed lost, Light started talking. He was blind. 9 years later, we would call him Snake.
Hello? Everyone? Could you come over here for a moment?
He was older than most of us, and his voice had authority and dignity. No, it didn't. The fights died down, and we gathered around him.
I have a little sister. She is very important to me. Right now, she is over in Building Q, and is desperately trying to send information over to me. Her name is Clover, and today is her 9th birthday.
As he spoke, he pulled something from his pocket. In his hand were 9 4-leaf clovers.
I was going to give these to her as a birthday present. I was outside picking them when I was abducted.
That's very impressive that you found 9 of these fucking things being blind.
I'm sure I've already told you, but I am blind. For a man who can't see, collecting 9 of a very specific plant is...
For a boy who can't see.
Difficult. But my sister means a great deal to me. And I hope that these would show her how much I cared for her. Since it's her 9th birthday, I thought 9 4-leaf clovers...
I'm betting the ponytail girl is her kid, because it looks just exactly like her, but... Oh, happy 18th birthday, Clover.
If one of you has a brother or a sister in Building Q with Clover, for their sake, we have to survive. We have to get off this ship. Do you understand? If we're going to do that, there are 3 things you have to remember. We need trust and love, and we have to have faith in one another. If we can take all 3 of those to heart, then I promise that good luck will come our way. Did you know that the leaves on the 4-leaf clover mean faith, trust, love, and luck?
Yeah, I did, actually.
Those words are leaf words. So if you believe what I've told you, and you understand, then I want you each to have one of these. They're a promise between friends.
He gave a clover to each of us. I took one too. Eventually, he was left with only a single 4-leaf clover. He had one last thing to say.
Now, don't ever forget, so long as you have that, we will always be connected. Do you understand?
When he finished, the tension of only a few minutes before was gone. We were calm. After that, we ran around the ship for a while longer and opened several of the numbered doors until we finally found a door with the number 9 on it. In fact, there were 2 doors with 9 on them, and we found them in the chapel. We split into 2 groups and walked through the doors. So who turned on the incinerator then? To what end?
Like, just now?
The first time. The second time it was
I'm
Hongo being a spiteful bitch. But the first time, who turned it on when all of the kids were in there? Before long, I guess it'll probably tell us. It was probably him again, TBH.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's probably Hongo.
Before long, we all found ourselves in a room with a ceiling that looked like an upside-down funnel. For some reason, this room had another number 9, but this time it was the only one. But if there were only one door, that meant only 5 people could escape.
What are we gonna do? There aren't any other doors.
We began to panic. Then, as if things had gotten bad enough already...
Warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Automatic incineration will take place in 18 minutes.
What was this part of the experiment supposed to prove? Was he just gonna kill 4 kids regardless?
Please evacuate the incinerator immediately.
I mean, I assume this is the final level of the experiment to prove the morphogenetic field. If it isn't proved, you still kidnapped 9 kids, so get rid of the evidence.
I guess.
What? What's happening? What did that thing say? That didn't sound good.
My brother Owie swallowed hard and
I
answered.
think it means this room is gonna burn.
Burn!
The plaque on the door says incinerator, and that voice said that the incineration is about to start. And incinerate means to burn.
It sure does.
Yeah.
So this camera angle made me think that this was in the floor of the incinerator this entire time. I only just realized it's like up some stairs. And this is just a low shot of the door. Abject terror filled the room as everyone began to scream and cry. Every pair of eyes were filled with despair. Then, high up on the wall, a door opened and a man appeared. He was huge, frightening mountain of a man, as large as a bear. 9 years later, we would call him Seven.
Don't worry, kids. I'm not your enemy. I'm one of the good guys. I'm a detective. I'm here to rescue you.
The rest happened just like Seven had said it did. The 4 of us who'd stay behind were saved by Seven. We crawled through the vent away from the incinerator and slid down into the hall. We came out of the other side of the door 9. On the wall opposite the door was a set of double doors. We went through those and began to run up the spiral stairs. As we ran, I led the way. Behind me were Nona, my brother Owie, Snake, and Seven. The other children, the ones who'd gone through door 9 before us, were up ahead. I could hear them cheering each other on. We ran and ran and ran. We leapt across as many stairs as we could and kept running. The stairs spiraled upward like a tornado. Eventually, I pulled ahead of the rest. Perhaps Nona had slowed them down. I didn't want to lose them, so I slowed down as well. I didn't stop, but I glanced over my shoulder from time to time to see if they had caught up. That was when I realized...
Oh, where is it? Did I drop Jumpy's present?
Oh my god, you dumb bitch. I knew I'd had it with me when we passed through the vent. Then had I dropped it as we slid out? I had to go back. I had to. But I knew I couldn't tell the others. They would stop me. I was sure of that. Yes, and they would have been right. I didn't stop to think. I simply moved. I ran to the central hall, the room that connected all the other areas of the ship. I hid in the shadows, and moments later I felt a rush of wind as they ran past me up the staircase. I waited until they were out of sight, and then I ran. I moved as quietly as I could, down and down and down. Finally, I reached the bottom deck. I ran into the hallway and looked around frantically.
There it is!
It was just where I'd thought it would be, sitting under the opening of the vent. I ran over and snatched it from the floor, but as soon as I ran back towards the stairs in freedom... the door to the incinerator opened and a man stepped out. It was Hongo. Gentaro Hongo. 9 years later, we would call him Ace.
Ah, how wonderful to see you decided to come back.
His smile made my blood run cold. It looked mechanical, as if someone had simply pulled up the corners of his mouth.
Come with me. We must continue the experiment.
I shook my head, eyes wide. Slowly, I began to walk backwards. 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps. Then I spun around and broke into a run. I felt Hongo's hand close over my left wrist.
I said, come with me.
There was an edge of insanity to his voice now. I pulled as hard as I could.
No! Stop! Let go of me! Let go!
I shook my body and flailed my arms, trying desperately to get Hongo to let go of me. But I was still only a child. I was no match for a man like Hongo.
Stop struggling, goddammit! Do as I tell you!
He heaved on my arm, trying to pull me into the incinerator. I screamed.
Help me! Somebody help me!
Then suddenly...
Akane!
The door to the stairs flew open, and my brother Owie burst out of it. Behind him came Seven and Snake.
Akane!
He cried my name again as he leapt toward Hongo.
You came back!
I cried out. But then...
Ah, you're too late, idiot!
Hongo threw his full weight against my arm, pulling us both into the incinerator. The force of it threw me to the floor. I scrambled to my feet and looked toward the open number 9 door. Hongo stood between it and me, but behind him I could see my brother, his fists clenched. But those fists never reached Hongo. With the cold, heartless screech of metal on metal, the door slammed shut. Hongo glanced at me mechanically, his face registering that there was an object there, but not anything he would consider a human being. Then he turned away and walked to the red that sat next to the door. He reached into his pocket and removed 2 bracelets. He waved them both over the scanner panel. 2 asterisks appeared on the red. He checked the screen, then tossed the bracelets carelessly onto the floor. What was he doing? What was the point? He made no effort to explain himself, of course. He said nothing at all and walked past me as though I were nothing more than a rock by the roadside. A few minutes later... the other 2 doors slid shut as well. Faintly, I could hear someone pounding on the door behind me. I turned around and ran toward the door with a 9.
Akane! Akane! Are you okay?
I could hear a voice from the other side of the door. A worried, frightened voice.
Help me!
My throat was already raw, but I screamed as loud as I could. My voice echoed lonely around the empty room.
What should I do? I think I'm trapped in here!
Where's Fungo?
He went out the other door!
What?
Then it started again.
Warning. Warning. Emergency incineration.
Yeah.
Incineration.
Junpei vision.
18 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately.
Holy shit! Man, I knew what it was gonna say, but that is one hell of a creepy voice.
I knew it!
It's starting.
Santa started the incinerator.
Fuck! Man, I never thought I'd hear that damn voice again after 9 years.
What the hell? What the hell? What in God's name are you talking about?
We don't have
It's
time
9
to
years this
explain.
and 9 years that, and when it's not 9
It's a
years
lot.
something, then you're talking about some sort of fucking experiments. You aren't making any sense.
Yeah, I guess she doesn't know about any of this, huh?
Yeah.
She did
I'm
a
sorry,
swear.
Lotus, but we really don't have time to explain it right now.
I mean,
promise.
they've been
I'll
saying
tell you
fuck a
everything once
lot
we
right
get out of
now.
here.
But
I don't think Lotus has sworn this whole time.
17 minutes.
you know what that means, right? Incinerate means burn.
Yes, I do actually, thank you.
What kind of idiot do you think I am? I know what incinerate means. Well, god damn it. Okay, fine.
She's having a perfectly reasonable reaction to all of this, TPH.
I won't ask anything else. Talk about whatever you want. But you have to do something for me. 7, figure this out.
What? Why me?
Just shut up and stop this thing.
How the hell?
There has to be some sort of emergency shut-off button.
There isn't anything like that.
How the hell do you know?
Because I looked for it 9 years ago.
Yeah, Lotus isn't happy about that. Can't really blame her.
Yeah.
Wait. The floor, it's moving. Oh, a puzzle, right, yeah. I mean, I knew there'd be a puzzle. I remembered a puzzle. What else can I say about it,
What the
but...
hell is that?
What is that?
What else could I say? The floor opened and a machine rose up out of it. It looked like a computer. At least it kind of did. There was a monitor, a keyboard, and a cross-shaped device of some kind. Something about the machine scared me, but I forced myself to walk up to it. I was terrified. Tears poured down my face. I wiped them off even as more took their place and forced myself forward. Finally, I reached it. I looked at the screen. It was blank. All I saw was my own frightened face staring back at me from the glass, drenched in tears. All I can see on this screen is a reflection of my own face. I'm looking kind of freaked out. I know I'm sweating like crazy, but seeing it kind of drives it home. Okay, Junpei, just calm down, all right? Everything's gonna be okay. Gah! Man, I wish that thing would just shut up.
Incineration will begin in 15 minutes.
Alright, back to this thing. If it's only showing up now, then it's gotta be important. But what the hell am I supposed to do with it?
Hey, move!
It's hacking time. Gah! Hey, we're all tense, lady. That doesn't mean you get to shove people around.
It's turned on. There's nothing on the screen, though. Oh, this is bad. This is really bad. If there's nothing on here, how are we supposed to do anything with it?
Sure, I'll just push buttons. I'm sure that'll... Oh, fuck. What does this mean?
Is that in character or...
No, that was me. Huh, well, at least it's on now. What's on the screen, though?
What is this?
What's up?
It looks like some sort of puzzle.
On the DS, they put an upside-down Sudoku on the touchscreen, which with the DS was a cool puzzle, but makes the answer to how to escape stupid. It's got a bunch of numbers and letters scattered across a 5x5 grid. The numbers range from 1 to 8.
Do you think that if we solve this puzzle, the incinerator will stop? Yeah. Well, we can hope, right?
All right, Puzzle, how do you work? Oh man, that goddamn voice again.
Incineration will begin in 13 minutes.
Shit, 13 minutes. Can we really do this? My heart feels like it's gonna pop. My heart was pounding like it was about to explode. I stared at the puzzle on the screen. I was sure I had to solve it somehow, but I had no idea how. My connection to Jumpy had been gone for a while. His mind was gone. I couldn't get any more information from him. I felt seconds tick by as I stared at the screen, completely lost. My cheeks felt hot as tears poured over them. Then I heard a voice.
Hey, what are you doing?
It was muffled. I turned around. Pressed against the window in the entry door was a face, a frightening, evil face. It was Hongo, Jesus Christ. How long had he been watching me?
Don't know what to do?
No! He was yelling, but his voice was still muffled.
It's simple, really. But I suppose I might as well tell you. Just solve the puzzle on that machine.
Yeah, man. His laughter was muffled by the door, but it still tore at my heart like the claws of a vicious monster. I bit my lip and glared at Hongo, struggling to hold back hot tears.
Terrible person! I hate you!
Oh my. How could you call a gentleman such as myself a terrible person?
A gentleman does
Brother.
not trap children in an incinerator!
I'm quite fair. I don't use tricks or play dirty.
I disagree.
You see? I've even left you a way out.
A way out?
Didn't you hear me? All you have to do is solve that puzzle. Do that, and you can stop the incinerator.
What's the point of stopping it? You'll only capture me and make me do this all again. I'm not going to listen to you. If you're just going to throw me back in here, I might as well just die now.
My goodness, haven't you listened to anything I've said? I told you, I'm a fair man.
Are you, though?
If you solve the puzzle, the verification function of the red will in turn activate. If this experiment is to deliver valid results, there must be a chance of success. If you succeed, you will escape.
The verification function of the red?
Then I remembered. Before Hongo left the room, he had scanned 2 bracelets into the red.
Ah, so you do remember. Right now there are 2 numbers in the red. The first is 1, and the second is 3. Say, Akane, what's your number?
Those are the 2 numbers that Santa took out of the room. I looked down at my left hand. The face on my bracelet showed a 5. 1 plus 3 plus 5 equals 9. I ran to the door with the 9 on it. I grabbed the red and put my hand against the scanner panel.
You really aren't one for listening, are you?
I heard Hongo's muffled voice from across the room.
I've already told you, didn't I? Once you solve the puzzle, the verification function of the red will activate. In other words, if you haven't solved the puzzle, you can't enter your number. What kind of fool are you?
She's like 10.
Why are you doing this?
You could never understand. You don't know what it's like to spend every day surrounded by monkeys.
She's like 10, brother.
Now start the experiment. Solve the puzzle.
I can't! I don't know how!
I think she's 9.
Of course you don't. Isn't
Irrelevant.
That the point? You understand, don't you?
Solve my
Access the
puzzles.
Mophogenetic field and find the solution.
I can't!
Then you'll die. You'll burn alive. It's gonna be quite hot in there in a few minutes. I imagine it will be very painful.
His horrible laugh echoed across the room, and even after his face disappeared from the window, I could hear it.
Incineration will begin in 10 minutes.
I was gonna say, is it gonna finally let me start playing once it hits 9 minutes? I was crying, great gulping sobs broken by hiccups that shook my body. I was terrified. I could feel my fear pressing down on me like a tremendous weight. Somehow I forced my shaking legs to carry me back to the device. I stared at the monitor.
I can't! I just can't! There's no way! I can't figure this out!
I need more context than what the game is giving me. What was I going to do? I didn't know. I didn't even know where to start. Fear scattered my thoughts, and all I could think of was how I was going to die. My palms were sweating and my blood was boiling in my veins. It was hot. So hot. I couldn't breathe. I felt dizzy. My heart roared in my chest as if it would pound itself to pieces. I reach into my pocket. I wrap my hand around the thing I'd come back to get. The doll Jumpy had given me. At least I had that. I held it tight with both hands and prayed.
Help me! Jumpy! Help me! Help me! Help me! Jumpy! 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 Please! Help me! Jumpy!
Zap! Brain blast! I'm in Junpei mode.
Akane?
Who the hell is Akane?
It feels really bad. I feel very bad for Lotus in this moment. She has missed
She's
much plot.
Yeah.
Shut up! Just shut the hell up!
Seven and Lotus don't understand. I think Clover and Snake have an idea, though. Clover's looking at me, and I think Snake may have figured it out. No, it doesn't matter. They're in my way. Where'd she go? Maybe over here?
Akane! Akane! Can you hear me? Akane! Say something!
Fuck! Did something break our connection? I swear I just heard her. Shit!
Akane! Answer me! Akane!
Jumpy?
I spun around. I heard a voice. His voice. I looked around. He wasn't in the room, of course, but I'd heard it so clearly. Like he was right there.
Jumpy!
I screamed as loud as I could.
Akane!
Well, this is a little annoying.
Yeah, this would
That's
be
her.
better.
She's there. This would be better on the
if
DS.
this was on the if this was on the proper hardware, you'd just be going through the different screens, which is it's really cool.
Yeah, it's really cool conceptually. Sorry, I turned around slightly and I got scared because I saw that something move, but it was just a tag.
It was me.
Akane!
And that means
Akane!
Are you in an incinerator right now?
Yes, I am! How did you know?
I couldn't believe that he knew that.
Me too!
Hey, me too! Now I understand what Santa meant.
There's only one way to help her. You were brought here to help my sister. To save Akane.
I think I get it now.
Incineration will begin in
9 minutes.
7 minutes.
Oh shit.
Jumpy, we don't have time!
As quickly as I could, I told them that I had to solve the puzzle in order to stop the incinerator.
Got it!
And I do. I get everything now. At last, I finally understand what all of this means. I know why the nonary game was held today. I know why we were kidnapped and brought here. It was all for this moment. All of this was planned out to lead to this one moment. Oh my god. This is insane. I can't believe it, but there's only one possible answer. June is... Zero is... Akane Kurashiki. She recreated the history of the future that she had a glimpse of 9 years ago. She tried to save herself that way 9 years ago. No, she's trying to save herself right now. That means that there's only one thing for me to do. Even if this is all some sort of insane plan, I will save her. I will save Akane Kurashiki. I must save her, no matter what.
Incineration will begin in 6 minutes.
That voice reminded me how much time I had left.
Yeah, I know. Just hang on, all right? I promise I'll get you out of there. I'm not gonna let you die. I promise. So don't worry, all right? Just give me a few minutes, okay?
Okay.
My voice shook as I answered. It was hot in the room. I felt like my heart was on fire. 6 minutes or not, my heart burned with my feelings for him. Alright, time to get to work, Junpei. Is Snake talking to them about something? Whatever, it doesn't matter. Get out of my way!
Hey, what are you...
Just trust me, okay?
Sorry, Lotus, I didn't mean to snap, but there's a lot more at stake here than your pride. I'll apologize later, alright? Now let's have a look at this thing. We've got numbers all over this grid. The one can't move. It's clearly screwed in with screws. I think the panels are out of order, so I just need to switch these out? Staring at it isn't going to accomplish anything. I'll just have to try it.
Think of what I did all those times before.
That's not gonna help you, Junpei. I guessed a lot of the time.
I'm gonna do this on my own, with my own mind. I'm gonna solve this problem.
Seek a way out.
Out the incinerator.
This puts... Hey, is this putting me on a real time limit? I bet it is. No, it's not. Okay, tight. That helps.
Imagine being forced to solve a Sudoku in like 7 minutes.
They're all single digits. I get the feeling the
If you
numbers
fuck it up,
change when I
it
switch
deletes
out
your
the yellow
save.
squares. But this square at the bottom, why does it stare blank when I press hint? This one? This one? Okay,
This-
so it is adding the two numbers and or letters together and making a digital root out of them is what it's doing. So I'm betting I have to get all of them to say 9. So I need to... Pressing the button again makes the numbers disappear. Looks like I can turn them on or off. And there's some special meaning between the modes? What could it mean? Yep, because that makes these ones 9. 5 and 3 makes 9. No, it doesn't. What the fuck? Oh, it's every side. All of the sides have to be 9. I see. So what could I switch S for? What is... What fucking letter is S?
That's... Well, it's not hex. So, let's see. 10 is A,
If A
11
is
is
10.
B. I don't know what number S is.
It's 19. So it would be 29? Yes? Maybe?
Impossible to say.
Fuck. If S is number 19 and A is 10, then I believe S should be 29, which would equal 7. So S is 7 hypothetically. 5 plus 1 is 6 plus 7 is 5. 6 plus 7 is 13. Which does not make a digital root of 7. Okay, wait, I might be wrong. Uh, 5 plus 1 plus 3 is 9. Yeah, no, I've got that, because that's right here. Oh, you know what? That means I could just switch these. And that should fix all of that. Wow, this puzzle's actually really easy if you know it, if you don't just start clicking buttons, huh?
Yeah.
8 plus 3 is 11, so I would need a 7 here. Did I do it? I just realized.
Yeah.
I just realized the bottom was spelling password. Please enter password. Fuck do you mean enter password?
Are you gonna enter it?
All right. That's...
Yes, that's it. Akane, did you get it?
Yes, I did! I solved it! I mean, really, you solved it for me, but I copied everything you did! Now I just have to press enter!
That was one of the easiest... That was one of the easier puzzles.
Okay, I will!
It's just kind of daunting to look at.
Yeah. I hit the enter key. Well, I realized the 9 thing immediately, so that helped. And then I wasn't paying attention to the letters at the bottom of the screen until I was like, okay, so everything is equaling 9. Why isn't it doing it? And then I glanced down and saw that it said most of the word password, and I went, I see.
Emergency shutdown command has been confirmed. Incineration system has been disabled.
I did not know the password was going to be 9. That I just guessed. I was like, what the fuck else is it going to be?
Jumpy! It worked! It worked! The incinerator shut down! It worked!
Tears rolled down my face as I cried out to him. There was a yawn in the middle of that. What 5 people
Did
were
the
in
yawn
here?
also roll down your face?
I wasn't thinking about that, Duck Game. I got the right answer, didn't I? I just assumed it was going to be 9, and if it wasn't, then I was going to have to work some shit out. Tears rolled down my...
Why is the obsession with 9? Is there like a number that it's tied to other than just like... Is there a reason why it's 9 other than like digital roots, I guess?
I mean, this entire game is about the number 9. That's kind of why I just assumed the password was 9.
Yeah, I know, I get that. But why? Like, I don't
Why'd
think
they
they
do
just
that in the
chose
first
9 on a
place?
whim.
That I'm not sure. Tears rolled down my face as I cried out to him, but they were a very different sort of tears. A wonderful feeling of accomplishment and relief flooded my body. At the same time, what strength I'd had left disappeared, and I collapsed to the floor. Now, I mean, in this future room, who is here? I know who's here. It's Santa and Clover and Junpei and Lotus and Seven. I understand why the password is 9. I understand. It flashed on the screen there, too. Like, I get it. For a while, I just lay there, laughing and crying and enjoying being alive. Every time I thought about him, I thought my heart would burst. Whew. I can't quite believe I did that, but I am so glad. So glad. I feel like my heart's on fire. Well, I don't have time to be thinking about that kind of shit. I need to tell Akane.
Akane! Sorry, but things are kind of busy over here. I'm gonna have to hang up now, okay?
I gotta hang up my brain right now real quick.
Oh, of course, that's fine.
I wiped the tears from my eyes and nodded vigorously, even though I knew he couldn't see me. Then I looked over at the corner of the floor. There were the 2 bracelets Hongo had left behind.
Now.
Well, Seven and Lotus don't look particularly happy with me. Not a very nice look to give someone who just saved your lives, guys.
Junpei, are you...
Okay.
Shut it.
Alright, okay, so maybe they have a reason to be pissed off. So what if I haven't pressed the enter key yet? Alright, nothing holding me back now. Here goes. Wait.
Incineration will begin.
Oh no!
90 seconds.
Junpei! Press the button!
It
He
doesn't
did.
sound like it's stopping. What the shit? Why isn't it stopping?
Okay, maybe I didn't hit the key hard enough. Just hit it again, and again, and again. Okay, that's not working either. The alarm's still going off. What the hell is going on? I've got all the right numbers in the right boxes. It's perfect. So why the fuck isn't this thing stopping?
Incineration will begin in 60 seconds.
Wait, of course. That's what the numbers that showed up after the puzzle mean. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8. Snake, Clover, me, 7, and Lotus. Then, door 9. No, that's it. That number on the door isn't a 9. It's not even a number.
It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek a door that...
Holy shit, of course. Then we just have to put in the right number into the red and...
Incineration will begin in 30 seconds.
Run, guys! Get to the door! Run!
Is it a Q? Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Don't have much time. Man, I hope they can just trust me on this one or we are all fucked. Alright, no time to explain. Just go.
Quick! Verify your numbers on the red.
Verify?
Who?
What combination?
All of us! We all need to verify!
Why?
You really think this is a good time to ask questions? Just do it!
It's a fair point. Hurry, 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 hurry.
Incineration will begin in 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
Why are you going so slow, guys?
2. Central gate has been opened. Incineration system has been disabled.
Oh, thank fucking Christ. No time to be happy. Time to go.
Hurry! We've only got 9 seconds before the door closes. Go, go, go!
God fucking
Come on,
damn
guys,
it.
move it. Okay, they're all through. Move it, Junpei. Just in time. And there goes the door. No, don't calm down yet. You're not done. We've still got to find the dead. I'm not going to listen to you all gasp for breath.
Looks like we made it, huh?
Man, that guy sure can laugh when he wants to. Looks like Clover and Lotus are totally out of energy. Snake is shaking his head wearily. I just want to take a nap, but...
Akane? Akane! Can you hear me? Akane!
I want to tell her we made it. I want to tell her how good I feel, but nothing. The door opened. Standing in front of it was my brother.
Akane!
Oi!
I cried his name, even though my voice was almost gone from screaming, and leapt into his arms.
Oh, oi!
Akane!
I bathered my... What?
Bathered?
I bathered.
Bathered? Almost none of those letters are in that word!
I buried my face in his chest and cried again. I cried and cried and cried. The steady thump of his heart in my ear made me feel like I was home. It beat almost like a lullaby. I wrapped my arms around him as far as they would go and held him as tight as I could. Just to be there felt like a miracle. I hadn't felt the warmth of another human body in what had seemed like an eternity. I just wanted to stay there in his arms forever. But I couldn't. The moment I'd passed through the door, my bracelets had begun the countdown to death. I leapt away from him and looked around. The door had already closed. I spotted the dead only a short distance away. It took me only a moment to get to and scan all the bracelets. I left the ones Hongo had dropped on the scanner panel. What? How'd you do that? That was it. I took a deep breath and looked around again. The huge detective who we'd call 7 in 9 years and Snake, the blind boy, were looking at me. They seemed to have been utterly stunned by my sudden appearance. Their eyes were wide and their mouths hung open.
Alright, let's get out of here. If we don't book it, we might run into Hongo again.
I was right. It was time we got moving. The mention of Hongo seemed to jar 7 and Snake out of their surprise, and they nodded. We took off running up the spiraling stairs to freedom. Time for more running. But if they can get us out of here, no wonder we're running so hard. My heart's beating so hard I can barely hear. God, I can't wait to breathe real air again. Huh? Is 7 talking?
Hey, Junpei, can I ask you something?
What's up?
That door, the one with the 9 on it. Why'd it open?
Yeah, all 5 of us verified our numbers on the red. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8 is 26. That makes our digital route 8. It shouldn't have opened.
That's not like you, Lotus. I thought you would have figured it out already.
Alright. No need to be mean.
Huh? Why?
Because you were the person who taught me about the idea of bases.
Bases?
Yeah. What are the 2 numbers in base 2?
0 and 1.
How about base 10?
That goes from 0 to 9, right?
Then how about base 16?
0 through F. After 9, it starts at A and goes from there. B, C, D, etc.
You're right.
Is an upside down
In
D?
other words, A in base 16 is 10 in base 10. B is 11, C is 12, D is 13, and so on.
So, what about it?
You don't get it? What if we keep going with that pattern? What if you go way past base 16 all the way to base 27?
You fucking insane. Like an insane person.
Yeah.
Well, the numerical digits are the same. So, I guess you'd add alphabetical digits. E is 14, F is 15, G is 16,
H is 17.
K is
N is 23.
God, shut up.
And what comes after that?
Q.
26.
Q.
And what does that mean?
Wasn't a 9 on the door.
It was a Q. A fucking lowercase Q.
Yep, that's pretty much it. I guess to put it another way, you could say that it was a 9 in base 10, but a Q in base 27.
Time for more running. God, my thighs are killing me. I swear, any moment now I'm gonna tear a muscle. I feel like every cell of my body is dying for air. Damn, every breath I take is a chore now. I feel like my lungs are gonna burst. Maybe just a short rest. No, can't stop. Don't have time. Come on, legs. There can't be that many more of these steps left. Let's run. Run like a bullet down a rifled barrel. You know, the rifling is like the fingerprints of a gun. Have you heard this? Have you seen this?
I have heard it, but I haven't seen it.
Like
no.
a tornado cutting through a sea of clouds. I feel like we're running along the back of a giant coiled dragon. Finally! I am not going to listen to you all pant individually! Jesus, I could barely breathe. No, Junpei, no time to rest. Pull yourself together, you're almost there.
All right, I'm gonna open it.
Yeah.
Yes, we're finally here.
Please do.
Sure, you look like a big heavy door, but you're the only thing standing between me and my freedom. But even more important than that, you're the only thing standing between me and Akane. You're gonna open, and you're gonna open now. I felt a hand on my shoulder. It was Aoi's. He gave it a small, reassuring squeeze. I was so happy I felt like I could melt. My heart was at peace, and not only because my brother and I were back together again, Thanks to the huge detective, all 9 of us who had been kidnapped were finally able to escape from the gigantic.
Did you find that boats at 7?
I mean, bigger ships probably got emergency boats.
Well, that's not a big ship.
Yes, it
it's
is.
It's a gigantic one.
Oh, all right. We could see the faint outline of the ship as it sank. It gave a thunderous roar as it finally slipped beneath the waves. Its last cry echoed out across the ocean, and then it was gone.
It's over.
Aoi whispered.
Yeah.
It was over. It was finally over. Or was it? Was it really? No, that was wrong. That wasn't it at all. I was sure of it. This wasn't the end. It was only the beginning. This was only a prologue to what would happen in 9 years.
Is that the one I did?
Yes, finally, air! Gah! Damn, that sun is bright. I can barely see anything. I gotta admit, this doesn't look quite like... Wait.
No way.
You have gotta be shitting me.
What?
It can't be.
This is the part I remember. This screenshot is what's burned into my memory.
This is the building in the Nevada desert.
The mock experiment building.
Oh my god. This whole time we were in Building Q.
Sure enough, that's a desert out there with mountains all around it. Hello there, sun. Boy, am I ever glad to see you. I don't think I have ever been so happy to see a sunrise. Huh? Did I just hear something fall? Right, our bracelets. I guess I've never really got a good look at the underside of one of these. Let's see what's inside you. A little electronic chip like an ATM card. That's it. There's nothing else. Nothing that even looks like a detonator. There was never a detonator to begin with. Well, no.
Well,
there was at least 2.
Well, at least 1.
No, there was at least 2
2.
because the other guy, Nijisaki, also exploded.
But I'm assuming they had already put Nijisaki in his, like, replica clothes beforehand.
Then why is Snake still wearing his regular clothes?
Well, Snake's wearing a robe right now.
Yeah. No detonator
No,
in
they
your
had...
bracelet.
There are 3 there are probably 3 to... There are 4 detonators that probably worked, which were on the 4 people that needed to die.
Heh. Guess I must be pretty crazy about the girl if I think I'm hearing her voice in the wind. No detonator in your bracelet. Ah, I see. All right, that's the true ending of Zero Escape. Yeah, no, so
well,
like...
no, that's...
Well...
Of 999.
Of Zero Escape 999. There's 2 more. It was a lie to instill panic. Yeah, good game. So I did play it. I think I even streamed this a few years ago. I had just forgotten most of it. Like the middle parts, at least. There's still more plot, I know. Can I... Is there a skip the credits button? There sure isn't.
Fine, it's a DS game. It can't have that many.
You would think that.
But yeah, I love 999. It's not my favorite
Thanks,
of
David
the Zero
Cracker.
Escapes. It's not my favorite, but it's really good. I like it a lot.
Morphogenic field voice. Why is Morphogenic field voice one of the credited credits on this game? What do you mean? That wasn't somebody as Morphogenic field voice. It was listed between Richard Epker and somebody else. Insane shit. Maybe it was somebody who didn't want to be credited. I don't know.
Probably. I don't know why you wouldn't want to be credited. This is a good game to be credited on.
Are you okay?
Oh, come on. This is nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't look okay.
It
Damn.
was just before the end of elementary school. Jumpy and I were sitting next to each other on a small hill, looking down at the town as the sun slowly
How
set.
does it look then?
Bad. He was half serious and half joking. I thought about it for a minute first.
Well, let's see. It looks like you kissed
Oh,
a
damn.
toad and got warts.
You
but
do
then
look
they
bad,
just
Junpei.
Got beat up.
growing and growing and growing.
What does that even mean?
Junpei grinned and...
You do look like shit, Junpei.
See? I told you you're not okay. You're too reckless. You can't beat 5 8th graders, Jumpy. That's crazy.
Yeah, but
That is
just
crazy.
stand there. I mean, don't you think so? I had to do something.
We're in a truck. Look at the Nevada desert go past. For an SUV, this thing has a pretty smooth ride. Sure was nice
Where'd
of
you
someone to
find
leave it
this?
for us outside the building. Keys in ignition and gas in the
Ah.
tank. Almost like it was a present, you know? Anyway, we jumped in and now here we are, screaming across the desert. Did they just pick a random direction to drive in?
Perhaps.
Lotus is over there in the passenger seat. Snake and Seven and I are all squeezed into the back seat here. That seems like it'd be really uncomfortable. I hope Seven
Does
is
that
in
mean
the middle.
Clover is... Wait, does that mean Clover is driving?
I still can't believe we let her drive.
This is so fun! This is
Hmm.
so awesome! Driving is so great when there's nothing around. And there's no speed limit.
VR is peak. You're right, Duck Game. It's my favorite one.
This car jumps even a little, and I think I'm gonna get crushed to death.
Hey, shut it. I can't help if I'm big, all right? Suck it up.
Why don't you drive, Seven?
I'm a cop. I ain't gonna break the law.
He doesn't have an
What?
international license.
Yeah, but
You
you could've
do?
sat in the passenger seat.
Oh, hell no. There's no way I'm giving this seat up. And Clover,
Good point, Lotus.
there's no need to slow down. The car stands
You're a
on
horrible
Tuber and
mom.
should be somewhere down this road ahead of us.
Yeah, I saw some fresh tire tracks going out.
Okay, that's where
Ah.
we're going.
No doubt about it.
Then we've got to hurry if we want to catch them, don't we?
Sure thing.
Have we explained everything to Lotus yet? Oh,
I sure hope so.
shit! God damn it, she
What
doesn't
up?
have to drive so fast. Man, I didn't even think a car like this could go this fast. We're sure throwing up a lot of dust.
It's a fucking station wagon.
It was a couple hours after we'd run into the junior high students. They'd been hiding in the bushes on the back of one of the hills, drenching a kitten in gasoline. What the fuck?
What the fuck?
When we saw what they were doing, Jumpy ran up to them, furious.
What the hell are you doing?
Then he jumped on them. He quickly scooped up the kitten and tossed it to me. I caught it and ran for the police station as fast as I could.
Help me! Officer, please! You have to come with me!
Policeman and I headed back to the hill. All we found was Jumpy, sprawled out on the ground with a face covered in big swelling
You
lumps.
couldn't run away after you threw the kitty to me?
I asked him. He stuck his tongue out through the hole in his mouth where a tooth had fallen out.
Yeah, I guess I coulda.
Then why didn't you?
I didn't want to. I wanted to beat him up. Beat him up real good.
Good job, buddy.
Because of what they were doing to the kitty.
Yeah, that too, but I think they were the ones behind those murders our first semester. Remember?
Oh, right, yeah.
Oh, you mean the bunnies.
Yeah, the bunnies.
He plucked some grass from the ground and tossed it into the wind.
They asked me what elementary school I was from, so I told them. And then they said they'd do the same thing to you that they did to the rabbits. I couldn't forgive them for that, so I...
Junpei hates animal abuse.
Hey, there's still some stuff I don't get.
Of course, they probably don't know any more than I do.
Like Ace. Well, I guess I should say Guitaro Hongo. Why did he create the Nonary Project? Anybody? Any ideas?
Why don't you ask him yourself?
Well, yeah, I guess I could.
He's still in the trunk, I assume?
Yeah, he is.
I sure hope he is. If
Still
we put
tied
him
up, I'm
there.
assuming, with his mouth taped shut. His eyes just look empty, no emotion. He looks like he's just given up. I wonder if he even cares what happens to him anymore.
Hey, were you listening to us?
Yeah, go ahead and try to pretend you weren't, you old bastard. Let's get that tape off your mouth.
Come on, I know you were. Answer me.
You could at least look at me when you talk, man.
I only wanted to see the faces. Human faces. I thought if I could gain the ability to access the morphic field set, then perhaps I could see faces. By peering into people's minds, you could understand how they were processing the expressions of others.
That's it?
Yes. If you want to put it simply, but if you are looking for a more philosophical answer, I can supply that as well. You see, the human collective consciousness...
I think that's enough out of you, pal. Time for the tape to go back on.
All right. So what's your second question?
You said there were some things you didn't get, didn't you?
Well, somebody's a little nosy.
Well, my next question doesn't really have anything to do with you two. This is for you, Seven. It's about the whole Alice thing. What's the deal with that?
Well, see, 9 years ago, after I escaped from the Gigantic, I kept going after Hongo on my own, hoping I'd catch him when he finally slipped up. During the course of my investigations, I learned a lot more about the Gigantic. I also found out about Bourdain and Alice.
You're not really answering my question. Was there actually a girl who wouldn't melt at room temperature?
Yeah. I don't.
Sounds like Hongo has something to say. Alright, fine, I'll let you talk, but you gotta behave.
What?
Alice doesn't exist. 9 years ago.
Damn.
I found Alice's coffin behind the library on the bottom deck. There was nothing in it but the root of a peculiar plant. My research determined that it was a member of the genus Mandragora, of the family Solanaceae. I was able to extract a particular alkaloid.
I don't know enough. I think Mandragora stuff is a Japanese thing. I don't know enough about it to make a comment on it, but I know it's a thing.
To create soapwood. Its creation was a tremendous boon to my firm, and we grew rapidly.
Shit, this is gonna go on forever. Tape's going back on, Hongo. The rest of my questions can wait a bit. For now, I think I'll just enjoy the ride.
Here, this is for you.
What's this?
This is a for you doll. His name is Junpei.
Jumpy pulled something out of his pocket and shoved his arm out towards me. Use the root to make the knockout drug. Yes, I got it. In his hand was a doll made of yarn small enough to fit in his palm.
Are you sure it's, for you, doll?
Huh? Yeah, the lady at the shop said so, so that means it's for you, right?
Are you sure it's not a voodoo doll?
Wait, what? That's... Oh, man. Oh, man.
Well, it sure looks like a voodoo doll. I mean, you do know what a voodoo doll is used for, right?
Yeah, I guess calling it Junpei isn't a very good idea then.
Why are you giving me this anyway? It just seems really sudden.
Well, you know how after June, we aren't gonna get to see each other too much? I mean, we're gonna be in different schools, and I just thought I'd, you know,
Oh, okay, well, how about we call it June, then?
Okay. So, I wanted to give you this.
It's fucking delivery.
Tribal chief in a bad movie.
Yes. I, head of tribe. This doll...
Junpei, that's racist!
Junpei, that's racist. Junpei, that's racist.
So I give this. It me. So we always...
Junpei!
Junpei, please. I mean, he's not doing a voice at least.
Oh, Jumpy.
Yeah.
If something...
I mean, look at him. It looks like
then
he got
hold
beat up
and
for being
pray.
racist.
I go wherever you are.
He's kind of Tarzaning more than
So
anything.
here.
Yeah.
I reached my hand out and picked up the doll gently.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jumpy.
Before I knew it, I was crying. Tears streamed down my face and fell onto June's tiny yarn body.
Oh, Jumpy. I'll never forget you. I promise.
Jumpy looked straight into my eyes and said just 5 words.
I'll never forget you either.
The sky was a beautiful crimson red as it melted down towards the horizon. The last golden rays of sunlight stretched out across the city and painted themselves across the hills. We sat, bathed in the warm light of evening, just the two of us, leaning gently against one another, shoulder to shoulder. The sun set and we still didn't leave. We watched in silence as the darkness deepened, and one by one, the lights of the town began to flicker on. I guess it must have been before the kidnapping. There's still one thing I don't get. To be honest, it's the biggest mystery as far as I'm concerned, and also the only one that's really important. It has to do with June and Akane. 9 years ago, she died in the incinerator on the Gigantic, but she's still alive now as June. But how? Was it because I tapped into the morphic field set and saved her 9 years ago? Alright, let's say that makes some kind of insane sense. If I did that, then how do I make sense of what Seven remembers? Snake makes sense, he's blind. He couldn't have seen her body anyway. But Seven, he said he was sure he saw it. Does that mean there's some kind of historical discrepancy? Or, wait, maybe that's not it at all. There is one other logical explanation.
Is there?
No. What was what you told me the truth, Seven? You look satisfied. No. No way. He couldn't.
Hey, look! Over there. There's somebody next to the road.
Huh? What?
We do not have room for another person in this fucking car.
And yet...
Hilarious.
Yeah, see, I told you about this today.
Yeah.
Because you...
The burning gaze of the Nevada sun pounded down on her head. Hi, Alice. The desert around her...
Hi, I've been here the entire time.
Standing there on that shimmering plain was a woman, her arm out and her thumb up. It would not be long before Junpei realized who she was. End. Spike Chunsoft.
So they never really explained how the fuck June exists.
No. No, they don't. I would love to save that. Access the flowchart to return to the title screen to start from the beginning. We did it. Yay.
Yay.
No, that's a paradox that I think they're just going to kind of not talk about.
I mean, we have 2 other games. They might address it.
Do they?
I don't remember. It's been many years.
Okay. I guess we'll find out then someday. Shut up. Stop. All right, but yeah, we did it. We did it, everybody. Yay.
Yay. We get to start VLR next.
Stop. No. No. Get me out of here. I want to go back. I have to go back. Why can't I go to file? Alright, well, I'll just have to close it the hard way. So thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good one. We'll catch you tomorrow. We'll catch you tomorrow for a tabletop card game. Hooray!